Hey now. Here we go. Special guest episode.
Yeah.
This is going to be pretty sick because I don't think anyone knows. I put that one post up. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't know if I did.
I put the Triox call out wall.
I saw
and
that,
then
yeah.
the like silhouette was like the SPO like picture, and I was like, and I don't know. I'm sure some people got it, but I don't know who
Yeah.
all.
I respect that, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. So I'm glad you came on, dude.
No, hell yeah, dude.
Because
Yeah,
I think
man.
there's a lot of new generation players that don't know.
The legends.
Dude, honest to God, like you had the best aim out of anyone I've ever. I don't think I know anyone who's got like a better aim at like a goal. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure,
Like
Fuck yeah.
your fucking Facebook is like pretty sick sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude, Triox is fucking. This guy like does what he says he's gonna do. I was like, hey, you want to be on the podcast? And you're like, yeah, I'm down. And then I was like, you gonna make it? You're like, yeah, I'm in Rancho Bernardo, like on the bus. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like I didn't even confirm it with you. You're like,
Yeah.
this guy does what he says he's gonna do. That's
Okay,
the
man.
most fucking.
That's rare these days.
It's the most respectable
It is.
shit. Like,
Fuck yeah, man.
you know, it's fucking hard to find people to even fucking do anything and to come out
Yeah.
to.
It's a little early on Sundays too, you know.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
people.
Exactly. But it's just like, damn. Like, all the shit. Like, that call-out wall was so genius. And, like, you know?
Dude, it was like the call out wall was awesome, but it was like, dude, I went like 20 and 250 in that call out wall.
Really?
Yeah.
I respect that. Though,
It was
dude.
But no, but at the end, you got really good.
yeah.
At the end of Street Fighter 4, like, I couldn't even beat you.
Yeah.
I think you made it. You know what I mean?
Bro, you
I
learned
tried.
so much at the end of that. I'm sure. Like that's the crazy part about it. Like,
Oh yeah. Like there's a reason that I did the
Definitely.
call out wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do? Do you just get into the story then?
Sure, yeah. What's the
Yeah.
Alright,
origin
so-
of this?
So the origin, there's two things that is the origin for the call out wall. So old Street Fighter 4 came out, and like I spent the first week just labbing the shit out of Jury and everything, because like
So she was your first pick.
yeah. So
I
like
respect that.
yeah,
She's
look,
hot,
yeah,
man.
like
Did you turn the voice to the Japanese one when she threw
fuck
you?
yeah, dude. Fuck
It
yeah.
was like the sound effect of like a Asian porn star like coming. She's like, ah.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I think that was the coolest part about 4 is so many people had their one character, right? Mm-hmm. Like it was so cool. Like you didn't play a bunch of characters and
Yeah.
like try to. You just knew right away. Like that's my fucking
The character
dude.
specialist.
Yeah,
that deal.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely Street Fighters where the game is more like easy. So to pick up multiple, like Street Fighter 5, I feel like you could play like,
Yeah, probably.
you know, there's more like simple games. Like, I like that. Like for, and I always bring it reference Alpha 2. Like I could, like you should pick up multiple characters in that game.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But if you're playing like Street Fighter 4, it's like, hey, you should really figure it out before you
There
start
was
fucking.
nothing really on Jury back then.
No,
Dude,
like
you were a big dude. The contributions you made. I saw like 3 SRK articles. No, not even SRK. Like event hubs or
Damn,
like
dude.
Yeah.
they were like, hey, this fucking Jury player is like just breaking the game and shit. I was like, what?
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, wait a second, I fucking know this.
fuck yeah. So like when I first got into Street Fighter 4, like it was Super had just come out.
Yeah.
I've been playing MMOs for like 10 years and I was
Oh, yeah.
fucking tired of it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get into like fighting games again. And I
It's
picked
crazy
up.
because I don't hate for interrupting.
No,
but like,
go ahead.
we actually started playing more Street Fighter 4 when Super came out. Like that's when we were like, let's. So it's like we're like that same generation of like
Yeah.
Super Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's fucking dive in hardcore.
Yeah,
Because I thought Street Fighter 4 was. I didn't think it flopped, but it was a little. I didn't like it that much. I was
Yeah.
like, man, this is kind of dumb. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No,
And then,
no, like it felt it got a lot more fleshed out
Yeah.
in Super Street Fighter 4. Like they added like
It was a great
new
game.
mechanics, they added like
For
new
sure.
characters,
Yeah.
all that shit. Like, and it was the first one was cool because it had all the classics and a few new ones,
yeah.
but 4 is when people were like, all right, we've got the background on on regular, but now that Super's in, let's fucking hit the ground running. So I got lucky that I picked it up. It'd been out for like a month.
Damn.
And I picked it up and started playing, and fucking like if you play the game and you load it up, the first character that's highlighted is always Jury in Super Street Fighter 4. So I was like, all right, let's just try characters, and I started with Jury.
She's hot.
She's fucking hot. Fucking the fucking mod that you had on the PC you used to bring, that was fucking awesome. The fucking naked mod, because like everybody else had like fucking skimpy bikinis and like no tops, but not Jury. Jury was just butt ass naked in that mod. It was fucking
so
awesome.
hype. Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah,
her legs are always up.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's so bad.
So yeah, I like started. I checked with other characters, but like I just kept coming back to Jury.
Hell yeah.
But she sucked. She was like bottom 5 in Super Street Fighter 4. She was horrible.
Really?
But yeah, I stuck it out. Something with the character like just clicked with me. I was like, all right, this is my character. That's the one I want to play. And I started off just playing online. I fucking hate playing online. I really do.
I know, the online's the worst, dude. So the connection was
What
so
else do you
bad.
have sometimes, you know? You just have to fucking get in and play, man.
Yeah, so
As shitty as it is.
I just after a while I got tired of that, and I was working at a hotel in Louisiana at the time.
Holy shit.
Were you
Yeah.
streaming back then?
Yeah,
Okay.
You were, right?
I think so.
That was super early on, because I remember there were some old videos we found of you playing it. This is
Yeah,
fucked up.
there was one where
There
was one where I had like a rage meter or a salt meter,
There
and then I
was.
fucking kept adjusting it from playing online. It was always maxed out. I fucking hated playing online,
These
man.
matches that were so laggy that
Fucking
you were
dude.
playing some Sakura online, and then she DP'd like in the opening of the round, and then like you got glitched down and hit you. You're like, you were screaming.
Dude,
I
I
thought
was
it was
so
the
mad.
best video on the
I was
fucking
so
internet.
raging at that time.
You're
Yeah.
like, ah, bullshit, I blocked that. And we were like, damn, I can't block Sakura's bullshit either, dude.
No,
Like,
hell
I'm right
no.
there with you, dude. Like, it's such a block. She had such bullshit.
Yeah, she did.
Compared to, like, Sakura and Jury, like, Sakura was, like, the least honest.
She had all the answers,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Just-
Fucking
and then
bullshit.
people were like, oh, but her DP sucks. And then you just see someone enter with it into Ultra, and you're like, ah. I mean, yeah, it sucks bad, right? It's really, really bad. Like, there's no use for it at all.
Oh
Like,
my
get the fuck
god,
outta here.
dude.
So yeah, I was kind of playing it there online, but I was working at the hotel, and we would have like rooms that you could rent out
In Louisiana.
in Louisiana, yeah. And I talked with like the banquet manager, and I was like, hey, like, how much would it be? Like, what's the employee discount of renting out a room just for like half of a night? Like, starting like.
You're like a banquet room.
Yeah, like a small one. It wasn't like a really big one. It was like about as big as this apartment.
So they have multiple rooms like that.
Yeah, they had multiple ones, and they were like, "We'll do it for like $25 a night." And I'm like, "Fucking bet."
That's legit.
Yeah, that was the fucking. But this was like what, 2010, so this was like 12 years ago.
This
Yeah.
is so sick, dude. I've never thought I'd ever hear such epic lore.
So yeah, I ended up like I rented out a room, and I actually created a scene in
Fuck yeah.
North Louisiana. Like everybody was just playing online or only with their friends.
So would the people that would show up there, would it be like people from all over Louisiana?
No, it was mostly North Louisiana. So it's this fucking town called Monroe. It's like in the dead ass middle of Louisiana, up in the north. It's almost South Arkansas. No, it wasn't a big city. No, there wasn't really any scenes there. But Shreveport, which was like an hour and a half away, had a scene. Baton Rouge had a scene. New Orleans had a scene. But they were all like down more
Closer to the
more
ocean.
to the ocean and all that. So I was just like, you know what? At first, I wasn't trying to create a scene. I was just like, I just want people to show up. So like, I rented the room, and I remember I made a crappy flyer that I printed out, and I went to GameStop, and I was like, hey, you mind if I like put up a thing for just this Friday? And I was like, just this week, that's it. And they're like, yeah, totally, that's cool.
So sick.
And I put it up and I was like, hey, come and check it out. Which then I kept sneaking in, like, when they were closed and putting it up for the next Friday. I kept putting up more signs on the same one.
Fuck yeah.
And people started showing up, and people just started playing. It's pretty cool. I ended up, I called it, was it Friday Night Fights is what I ended up calling it. Yeah.
Dude.
And the scene, it lasted about 2 years that I was in there. And
2012.
yeah. So
good.
I ended up.
You did it every Friday
every Friday. Yeah,
for 2 years.
For 2 years. Yep. Every
Were
Friday.
you making
No.
Were you just making enough to pay the $25?
No, it was free. There and show up, play. That's it. I got
That's so
$25
sick,
out of my pocket just for people
But
to
it's
come and play.
so fun. Better than a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Better than going to a movie and buying popcorn.
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
it's Friday in North Louisiana. There's nothing to do but
So
go,
it was
go
there was
drinking,
no
yeah.
tournaments?
No. I ran tournaments. I
And
mean,
it was just
people
free
entered that,
tournaments.
but yeah, it was free tournaments. Or if there was there was no, I took no money out of it.
Was there like a really good player from there that won them all, or was it like back and forth?
There was one, Drunk Monkey was his name. I think he still plays. I don't know if he still plays Street Fighter 4, but he sends me messages every once in a while, and he's like, "Dude, you're the person who set the scene up." He's always giving me props, but he typically would take it, yeah. But it was still close. It was. I remember one time,
And hold on, I got one question. Hold on. I feel bad. I'm keeping it.
No.
I'm the worst interview ever.
No.
I'm intrigued by this. So the hotel, were you guys like real straight and narrow? Like you clean up after the thing, and it was always all like done deal. And then they never cared that. They were like, "Hey, we're making $25."
Yeah, like nobody,
cool.
Nobody, like none of the banquet people did anything.
So were you? I don't know why I'm interested. This is very interesting.
No.
What job did you have at the hotel? Were you like a front desk clerk?
Yes, I worked overnights. I was the night auditor there, and
Okay.
I had Thursdays and Fridays off.
That's pretty good,
And
dude.
so I was
sick,
like,
dude.
I just want to play. So I rented out the room, and I just brought my TVs and my setups up there, and I was like, "Yo, anybody want to come play? Show up."
How many setups did you have? I mean, how many setups? Like in the peak of the days, like were people bringing?
Yeah, people were bringing setups. Yeah,
I like that.
Like four or five setups.
And
How
then
many
like, what were the
people show
numbers
up?
like?
Yeah, at the end, we were getting like 15, 20 people that
Yo,
were showing up there. Yeah,
dude.
Sick, dude.
like it was. At first, it started off. It was I think the first time I did it, only 3 people showed up.
That's
So
still
it was
sick,
me
though.
and 2 others.
That's sick.
And then I remember one day Drunk Monkey came and he had a crew of like 5 people that came with him. Oh god, this is a great story. So I was playing and him and the guy showed up and it was your typical like we're just coming, we're scoping it out and everybody's looking and seeing. We had a marble set up and Street Fighter 4 set up and they just kind of some of them would sit down. I remember one guy came, I was playing, and he was like, "Hey, can I get next?" And I was like, yeah. And I beat the dude that I was playing. And he sat down, and he played Dudley, right?
That's who Drunk Monkey.
No. It was
some
another person that was from the scene. He ended up picking Dudley, and it was a close match. But I remember in the end, it was down that I had chip damage.
Yeah.
Like he could have just chipped me out, and the dude was full screen. I'm trying to zone him out. And it was the most godlike thing. The dude did full screen. What is Dudley's? The what's it called? Where he rushes.
Screw blow?
No,
Machine gun.
Machine gun. Yeah.
Okay, machine gun blow.
He
or something?
did full screen machine gun blow, and I will never be able to do it again. But as soon as he got close, I grabbed him out of machine gun blow. Never have done it again in my life. And the dude just like threw the stick down. I was like, "No, fuck this, fuck that." Got up and left.
That's so
I felt
high.
like a god that day.
That's people don't know you can do that. That's the thing.
I didn't know I could do
with
that.
Balrog, right? He does the EX grab, the EX punches. They're a little slower on connecting. And if you see him light up and he's kind of close to you, you can hit throw and you'll grab him out of it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So it's like it's kind of risky if you're.
Oh, yeah.
Time that
But
shit,
if you're
dude.
like if you know he's gonna try and do some shenanigans and land like some overhead one, EX overhead, or even just you see him light up and he's standing jabbing, and then you see him light up. He's gonna do an EX rush. So you just throw him backwards.
That's so
and
sick.
you do that once or twice, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy."
What were other people's reactions?
This
Were they
guy,
freaking
this
the
guy.
fuck out when he did that?
I don't think anybody saw.
Wow.
I think everyone looked once he got up and was
Isn't that the
screaming.
most ridiculous shit, dude? That's the saddest thing. I remember the craziest thing I've ever seen in any tournament ever.
Yeah.
It was like me and David were the only people watching it. David, Calm Warrior. We were sitting there. It was at his the first hyper bomb. Maybe not the first one, but the one he did at that theater.
Okay, I remember that.
The
one.
art center, yeah.
Yeah. So you remember that tournament? Mm-hmm. There was a third strike tournament, and it was me and David were watching grand finals. No one gave a shit, and it was facing the opposite side of where anyone was.
Yeah.
It was kind of in the corner. It was Tong versus A-Bomb, and I see all these fucking Justin, YouTube videos where he's like, I got Daigo parried again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, dude, you don't even know. It's never for anything. It's always like first round or like the end.
Just
of
some random
Yeah.
shit.
This shit was match point. No, Tong had him down to a sliver. Like he couldn't block the super, and he did that. And A-Bomb parried the entire thing. And the last hit of the super, jump, parry, fierce, fireball, and what's it called? The last hit killed him, and that was 4 grand finals. And he'd already I don't remember if he was in winners. I think he was in losers. He reset the bracket and then won the tournament off that. And
sick.
Insane.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And it was just
insane.
me and Convoy just like, wow, no one saw this.
And then you look around and you're like, this is the sickest shit ever. Why did nobody see
No
this?
one was here to watch this. It wasn't recorded. There was just... And that situation comes up all the time. I've never seen it for any money, for any... to win a game. It's just to win a round or to win,
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like, that
rely
might
on
never
that
happen
for a
again.
match,
That might never
For a
happen
reset,
again.
dude, that's
For
fucking incredible, dude.
$40 too?
Holy
Like,
shit.
damn,
Yeah.
dog. Like, that's pretty
No,
sick.
yeah, it's not about at that point, it's about the fucking pride.
No,
like,
they're
you're
like-
like, yeah, dude, I beat you.
I did that.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
I
There's
did
so
that.
many epic moments that will never get caught on camera or never get recorded or never, and it's kind of cool because it's like, oh man, this is a badass story.
Yeah,
it is badass.
But like the thing is that cement once I beat him, that dude, because you get beat like that, you're like, no, I got next. When am I up?
Yep.
I'm getting it back into the line. And he was a part of Joint Warriors crew. They came back every week after that. Every week.
dude.
That's what solidified it. That dude was like, oh, this dude's legit. Which I was like, yeah, I'm legit. You fucking got you. But he came. But it started the drive.
Definitely.
Like they were like, I want to come back. That's the dude who did that to me last week. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna lab. I'm gonna
Practice.
find out what
Yep.
I can do. Because it's jury. It's Super Street Fighter 4 jury. She's bottom tier. Nobody knows anything about her.
Well, that's the worst part. You don't know anything about her. So it's like, now I need to know.
Yeah.
That's so fucking sick, dude.
So they spend a
yeah.
week labbing and then they come back with like a passion. Like now I've got to beat him.
You all one or two?
I'll take one.
You need any tums, brother?
But yeah, like that's what really started the scene. Like it was 3-4 people from them, but then that hit like 10 people because they came back with more people the next
Oh, yeah.
week. And they started playing other games, and that's how everybody became really close friends. And
Grassroots, dude. That's dope.
Yep.
That's the way I like it. I don't like the let's try and profit off of this shit. It's like,
yeah.
hey guys, come on. Like, we're playing fighting games. You want to make a buck? Like, you should go do something else.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted to play some people. I didn't want to play online, so I was like, I will spend $25 a week to not play Street Fighter 4 online.
It's so real because when I think about it, we were lucky. And Richard kind of was lucky too. They had friends. Like, how many people, like when we played WoW, I knew so many people that never had a real life friend that played it. And they literally just played in guilds with people all around the world.
they keep it a secret on
Yeah.
the shit they play. I know one
Exactly.
person at Oscar's work, he plays WoW, right? And he doesn't tell anyone that he plays. Like, he keeps it on the DL.
Yeah.
And one time she was like, wow, what are you doing all weekend? You're just gonna play World of Warcraft or some shit? And he pulled her aside. He's like, don't ever fucking say that. I was like, dude, that's kind of weird that you're ashamed of playing fucking a game or some shit.
When it first came out, that's almost how it was, right? It was like a nerd thing. It was like, yo, you play WoW. I took that and ran with it. Me and Matt made WoW. We made his girlfriend do the O, and we did the WW. So we just WoW on the fucking senior picture on the fucking thing. We didn't give a fuck, dude. We were like, yo, what the fuck? We sucked ass, dude. We didn't know shit about that game, dude.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
But it was I loved when people would be embarrassed to like something when you watched anime too. Remember the girl with the Inuyasha bag that was flipped around so no one could see it, and you're like, come on, dude, just show people, dude. Don't be afraid.
And then now it's it's the opposite.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I'm fucking weird. You're like, yeah. Okay.
Now Primitive's buying rights to fucking Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and making skateboards and shit. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, you're like, I had to hide this shit back in the day. Now everyone's fucking got grip tape, and you're just like, come on, man.
Dude, that was one of the best things I liked when I played WoW set with the midnight releases. Because you're like, fuck yeah, I could go there and it's midnight. No one's gonna see me out at fucking GameStop at 11:30 at night trying to buy the next expansion. It was like, great, I can be a secret on this. Yeah.
This is interesting. So you're a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
And so when WoW, did you play vanilla?
Yes. Actually, WoW wasn't even my first MMO.
Would you guys play EverQuest?
I played EverQuest
Or
first.
Netscape? Or was it?
Or
It
RuneScape.
was-
That's what I was
No,
like.
no, no. It was EverQuest.
Netscape. That's the old website.
I
What the fuck? I'm so out of it.
I got into EverQuest because I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and
yeah.
my DM was playing EverQuest. So like we'd come over for our session, and he'd be playing it, and he'd get off, but we'd watch him for a few minutes, and then he got us in.
That was a cool game.
EverQuest was it's hard as shit.
Fuck
That was
yeah.
a real man's game. Fuck every other MMO. There is no. I will die on this hill, man. EverQuest is a real fucking MMO, man. You
was
fucking
just hard.
you died. You had to trek all the way back to your corpse to get your fucking loot.
To get your loot?
To get your loot, and if you didn't,
That's wild.
fuck it. It
It's like
disappeared.
Diablo shit right
That's
there.
like
Yeah.
Diablo fucking hardcore. Or whatever.
Yeah, and
was
this
the fucking
this
worst.
was this shit was happening fucking 2000, 2001. And like
yeah.
it was fucking hardcore.
It was hard.
I played that shit for years. I love that game.
I think it was the most popular. You know,
It was. Oh
It
yeah.
was.
But there was only like, bro, there was like 3,000 people playing that shit.
In the end, yeah. But this was. But I mean,
I
you
think
had,
at the peak it was like just a couple thousand people.
was it?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember. I didn't care. I was
No, but like,
yeah.
that was it was a proof of concept essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we can make a game, and there are people that are
will
into
play
this
it.
shit. And
Yeah.
it was a. I mean, I love an MMO, dude. I
Yeah.
love an MMO.
Oh yeah.
You know, my first. So how old were you whenever in 2004? Whenever World of Warcraft came out? Because like it fucked our lives up a little
Oh,
bit.
I didn't do
Because
homework.
we were
I stopped
in
fucking
yeah,
caring
like I was
about
in high
school.
school and I was
I-
like, what is school? Is
I
that some like
was-
thing I can learn in World of Warcraft?
I was
like,
I had already graduated, so I was like 23 or 24
see-
when WoW came out. Yeah.
You see, like, so I wonder. I mean, WoW might be the reason why Brandon never graduated high school. I mean, like,
Well, World of Warcraft, and then hanging out with you guys, and then Cody, and we had older friends. So once they graduated, I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" I would just ditch school and go hang out with them and shit. Like it was bad, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking WoW was awesome. Like everybody
Played it.
Like everybody played it
for a
at the
minute there, it
time.
was fucking popular as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was. Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
You know, and like
Millions, I think, even.
Yeah.
Millions of people played that.
Probably.
It's
yeah.
weird too because like if you really think of it, EverQuest, like there was no frame of reference. That was it.
No,
right?
yeah, because
Like,
it was you had what RuneScape before.
That's that was some
bad
I
games.
thi-
like that.
Anarchy Online, I think, was a game that
Okay.
was happening around that
Okay.
time. But like EverQuest was the first 3D, like you're actually
Yeah.
like traveling into the world, and it fucking had dragons and shit. So you got all the D&D people that were playing it. It was so cool. It
Fuck
was
yeah.
a fucking cool, and it set brackets. It set like so much of a standard of what
What
an
an MMO should
MMO is going to be.
There were some weird Star Wars ones too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Star Wars Galaxies was it?
No, I think it was before that. Oh, no, it was Galaxy.
Because
Yeah,
Steve
Star Wars
Patrick
Galaxies.
Berger played it, and it was like it was so different though. Because I was like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Well, I work at the cafe." It was like a role play, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "No, I just like check in for my job." And I was like, "There's what the fuck?" Like, it was so weird. to
You
me.
don't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
I was like,
the fuck are you
what?
paying? Because you paid a subscription for that shit. So it's like, what do you fucking? I spend my life fucking doing work already. I don't want to pay to do work.
EverQuest
Yeah.
made sense.
so
You're on
funny.
adventures and shit. Then this guy's like at a cafe. Like I'm like, what? Like,
He's like, well, if I save up enough money, I can go on vacation to Tatooine.
Fuck, man.
so shitty. God damn
But
it.
That's so funny.
I ended up when I finally quit EverQuest, I ended up actually moving to City of Heroes.
I respect that.
City of Heroes was
That
sick.
was a good
City
game.
of Heroes was, and here's the thing:
That game was so sick, dude.
Fucking badass.
City of Heroes is where the name Triox comes from.
Oh shit.
Okay.
City of Heroes.
Is it a play on like the Toxic Avenger?
No, it was a name I made up.
Oh,
I made a new character. Okay, so I had a character I was playing that was just the PvE. I grinded through the game.
I forgot about this game.
And then I hit max because it was pretty easy because there wasn't a lot of high end-game content in City of Heroes. Yeah. So everybody went and did PvP whenever that got released. So I was looking for a PvP guild, and I transferred servers. Well, not transferred. I just started a new character on a server, so I had to come up with a new character, and I needed a name. And
God, that's the hardest
Triox. I don't know why it just popped in my. It was short. It was simple. It was and that's what it ended up being. And I ended up joining the PvP guild, which not immediately.
Is there any is it like 3 oxes or some shit? Does
no, there's no meaning behind the name. Nothing. It's literally a name that I just came up and thought it sounded cool. There's no meaning behind it.
Huh. That's sick. I know a lot of my friends, when they came up with their like names like for games like that, they just just was like sitting there like kind of going like and like came up with like something that kind of looked cool, and they're like, okay, what can I change? You know, like Loon Sleuth or whatever.
Yeah,
Like remember like some of the old names that people used to use on shit. It's like just kind of fucking went like that, and something popped up, and I was like, that's cool. So.
But yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
I just came up with it.
I remember that City of Hero game. So, were you at like a LAN center at this, or did you have your own computer?
No, I have my own computer. I was playing it at the house.
Dude. Yeah, we didn't do. We were at fucking LANdstorm. Fucking.
Well, I had my own computer, but it wasn't. It was like cool like that. I had a fucking. I had like the ME edition, like the fucking dog shit thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go home and play Reading Rabbit. Whenever I get time, I'll go and play Counter Strike.
I'll go check out the auction house of Neopets and see what's going on. Yeah, like real talk, dude.
The internet was just such shit back then. Yeah. AOL, someone fucking, and then my mom was getting like faxes and shit, so it would bounce me off all constantly.
Oh my god!
I was like, well, I'm fucked. I can't do anything here.
I was looking at my friend, and he was playing EverQuest as well, and I actually had to like buy a second because this was 2000. So I had to buy a second IP address so that I could have mine separately, so I wasn't like we weren't splitting one IP to like 2 computers. We each had our own so that we could have less lag and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, I was playing that City Heroes. I got into the PvP guild, and eventually we became like the #1 PvP guild in the game. To the point that we actually nerfed. Like there was a nerf that happened in the game because of my guild. Like there's
I feel like we caused something like that with WoW whenever we did that big scam fucking wrapping paper.
The cool thing about City of Heroes PvP is that it was like 12 versus 12. It was like a huge team battle and stuff. And there was a power that like when a person died on your team, you can go to their corpse and use their corpse to buff your team. And my guild found out that stacked to a ridiculous amount. So we had all 12 people tick up that power. So anytime the other team would finally kill one of ours, 11 people would zoom on that corpse, all use the buff, and they couldn't kill us.
That's
unstoppable.
Insane.
And they ended up having to nerf that power. So they nerfed it because of our guild. Yeah.
That's cool, though. You know, and that's the cool thing about MMOs is like, that's how you find out sometimes, dude, is like by playing the goddamn game. Like, whoa, like we did not anticipate this shit happening. Like, that's so sick, dude.
But yeah, I moved from there, and then that's when I moved to WoW. Played WoW. We became, Jesus Christ, I think we were the #1 Alliance guild on whatever server it was during Burning Crusade.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And I raided there for like 3 years, and finally at that point,
you get anything cool?
Huh?
You get any cool loot?
Oh yeah. Like I got all. Well, it's probably not cool. Well, okay.
What was because I remember you know, like I think one of our friends had like server first Arcanite Reaper and shit, like just stupid. Not Arcanite Reaper. What was the other one? Spinal Reaper.
Spinal Reaper, dude.
Like just stupid shit like that. You know, was it like some crazy loot thing that you like fucking made?
I don't think I ever got any like crazy first loot because I can't remember the server we were on, but it was very much a horde server. But we were Alliance, so we were the top Alliance guild. So cool. I know we got the first.
I like Alliance more than Horde. I don't know why, because I'm a fucking loser. But I know why.
I like the races, dude.
Well, I think Horde's like kind of like better. So, but if you ask me. Personally, I've played some of the like I've played on Horde, right? I've fucked with Horde until like level I had like a level 30-ish Horde character once. but just leveling, and the shit seems a little more polished on the Alliance side. Like I feel like all the zones were a little more. They're like
once you get the 1,000 needles,
it
like,
just feels
as a horde. Like I remember just being lost almost.
Honest to God, it seems like they spent their time making all the Alliance shit, and they're like, "Fuck, this game's gonna come out in like 6 months. We'll just like make the horde shit." Like, just it came off as kind of shitty.
Yeah.
The experience of leveling a horde character is like, oh, we're just killing just bats for like 16 levels.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like,
no, that's true.
Let's do it. Fuck it, why not? But like on the Alliance side, it's like, man, there's like that Sven fucking, there's these like chains of quests that are, I mean,
they're good,
fucking epic.
Yeah,
and it's like as far as like, just the. I hate the fucking word content, but like my society has not like used their brains wise enough to come up with a better word. But whatever the fucking feel of it was, like it just seemed a little more epic and cool. Like Westfall as a zone, it shits
that's World of Warcraft.
Any fucking like any other horde, like what are you talking about? Like the Badlands, piece of shit. There's fucking the stupidest zone of all time. It's like. There's a lot of cool shit that happens on the
Iron Forge. That was one of the coolest fucking places.
Dude, and then you go to like some of the other like some of the cities on the horde side. You're like, I mean, what are we doing here?
The Thunder Bluff. It's like, god damn.
No one even goes there.
I don't want to go to a city where I have a chance of dying by falling off the shit, man. Fuck that.
That's real. That's so real, dude.
Like I'm fucking okay. Let's go. Let's ride the fucking slow ass elevator all the way up.
Bullshit, dude.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
It's so lame, dude. Alliance all the way, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Even like Don Moreau or more, whatever the fuck you pronounce it. I can't read, but like. There's so many cool zones on Alliance side, and then you go to the Horde side, and you're like, "Is this what we're doing? This is it. We're gonna sacrifice like something actually worth playing for like a better ratio, like a better racial." It's like, come on, who gives a fuck, dude? Who cares?
I think the only cool. Well, I didn't ever actually have it, and this is why I can't use PayPal. So I actually pulled the Spectral Tiger loot card.
What do you mean?
So there was the World of Warcraft trading card game.
Okay.
And in there was in the packs was like these loot cards that you could scratch off the code
and enter it in game.
Oh my god.
Fuck?
And there was the mount called the Spectral Tiger, and look it up, it is still stupid expensive.
That's insane.
Like $4,000 or $5,000 was like the peak that people were paying for it. And when the card came out, or when the game came out, I actually pulled the card.
Oh my god!
And I needed to pay my taxes because I owed him like $300. So I threw it up on eBay and sold it for like $500 immediately. It was like one of the first ones. So I could have had that.
You should have done an auction, bro.
That's what I did.
Oh, and it came out $500.
And it came out to $500, and then
that's the worst feeling when you put something up and you're like, "What should I price it at?" And you put it up, and literally within 5 minutes, it's sold. And the guy's like, "I would have paid twice as much." Thanks, bro. I'm like,
like I sold it for $500, and then like the next person sold it for $800, and then it started getting to $1,000. But like I paid my taxes off of it. So
you
like,
got it.
How much money just pack of that shit costs? Like fucking.
Fuck yeah! And then the person
made your money off.
He did a chargeback on it.
What a bitch.
Well, okay, so I kind of fucked up here. So PayPal, don't listen to this story. So I gave the guy the code immediately. Like I sent him the code and was like, "I'll send you the code." But I called eBay because this was back when you could call eBay for the services.
Oh, this was probably like what, 2006 or something?
Yeah, something like that. And I called them and I was like, "Look, I want to sell this card. It's a digital code that I'm going to give to them." And they're like, "If it's a digital code, it's no problem at all. You can sell that." I'm like, "Cool." And then that person lied to me. And he did a chargeback because I forgot to send the physical card to the guy, so I lost it. But he had already used the code, like I couldn't use it again. So now every time, like I can't use my real name on PayPal because then they're like, "You owe us $500 from like 15 years ago." They're still trying to get that money from me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah, like
hold on a second. I'm freaked out. So you never sent him the card?
I never sent the physical card, but
he wanted it though.
But no, well,
he used the code. It's like a bait. It's like
I understand. Yeah, I understand.
But like the card itself didn't fucking matter. It was only the code that people gave a shit about. The card was worthless. Like it was like a $3 card.
But when he charged back and he already used the money, they were out the $500.
Yep.
So they're like, "Who do we get it back from?" That's
from me.
fucked.
And then
but that's not real at all. You should.
They like, bitch, you want the card?
They should apologize to you and be like, "Hey, dude, like we fucked up." Like,
but even then, like even if I tried to like call PayPal or talk to them about it, it's like, dude, do I really want to go through this much hassle over some shit from 15 years ago?
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
not
fuck
at all.
that.
Like, call them right now. Let's start shit up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was about the coolest thing I ever got
That's pretty
from
sick, dude. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I was like, dude, I paid my fucking taxes. Y'all can fuck off. You told me I can do it. I don't
Dude,
care.
that's
And
so
they
yeah.
probably recorded that phone call.
Yeah.
They probably are on
Well,
the hook.
yeah, so
Because they were like, this call might be recorded or monitored.
I mean, I haven't. You know what? I haven't tried actually signing up with my name in like 6 or 7 years. I might try that when I get home. See,
Dude,
PayPal
do it.
forgot about it by now.
But you can use Venmo and shit, right? You can use Venmo or something.
Yeah. It was just PayPal.
Yeah, there's so many different options now. It doesn't matter anymore.
Because that was all you had for
Yep.
getting money transferred back then.
Yep.
Was just PayPal. So I got screwed over for like 10 years.
This is such a sick conversation.
That's fucked
This
up,
shit went so
dude.
much better than I thought I was gonna.
That's so
not
fucked
better,
up.
but like I didn't
Yeah.
realize we were gonna talk about like random
Fucking MMOs and shit, yeah.
PayPal scams and shit. This is fucking godlike.
But yeah, and then from there, World of Warcraft, I finally got tired, and that's when I swapped over to Super Street Fighter 4. So I had 10 years of experience, and I had the PvP from City of Heroes, so I was like playing
You did
against
PvP in WoW much?
I did arenas.
Okay.
I sucked at it.
Yeah, I feel like
If you were a PvEer, you probably weren't that good. At it.
Yeah, I played Priest and like
Because your gear, the gear really meant whatever kind of gear you got for whatever. It was gear oriented.
yeah,
Definitely.
So like if you got PvP gear, like the PvP gear wasn't very good for PvE.
yeah. And
It was
then
like all the stats they actually meant something. So like
Definitely.
if you had like more.
God, it was like some kind of resistance or something.
Yeah, I forget what it
initially, I can't
was.
remember what it was called, but
I
yeah.
only played vanilla.
was it?
I did
What was
play,
Resilience? Was that Burning Crusade, or was that Wrath of the Lich
I
King?
played BC on
I don't
other
remember now.
people's accounts because
BC was such a sick
Oh, it
expansion.
was. It was.
It was such an awesome
it
expansion.
was cool. I was like, man, I can't keep playing.
The only thing that makes me suck.
I did
or
play
that
for
pissed
free.
me off was I sucked during Burning Crusade. And then what was the next one? Was it Wrath or was
I
it
think it was
Cataclysm?
Wrath.
Wrath.
Wrath is when I made my fucking showing, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
But Discipline Priest was so good back then. Like, it was so much fun mana burning people and, like, prayer mending, just bouncing around, healing everybody. You didn't even have to play. You just, like, sat there, like...
I wasn't even good, but I didn't keyboard fucking turn like
I
so.
keyboard and turned for so long.
So like
dude.
and then
Oh my
I
God.
understood line of sight before it was even like mentioned on anything. I don't think I mean I don't know. Maybe people I knew what line of sight was before I ever heard anyone say, "Oh, like he line of sighted me." So like I'd fight people in these positions where there's lots of fucking shit I could like
trees and
fuck
rocks
with
and,
them.
like,
Yeah, and like I would just body people. And I was like, man, I played a rogue, of course. I was a piece of shit. And I'd fight like skulls. I would be like level 38. This guy'd be like 50, and I'd fucking beat him. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is the greatest game ever. Like, like he'd be a red skull to me, and I'd just line aside him, fucking get, you know, just put him to sleep, go back into stealth, fucking sap him, like Band-Aid, fucking what's it called, come back, like boom, like bum bum. It was just the most epic shit. And and then I don't know what happened, man. I was like, yeah, this game. They're like, the end game, PvE, and I was like, this is kind of. I'm not into this shit. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I'm like a solo player. I kind of like did my own shit. I just got to 60, and I fucking. I kept on trying to get like Shadowcraft. Fucking, I could not get the goddamn pants to save my life. They dropped one time. I ran Skullomance or wherever the fuck the dungeon was. I ran it like over 100 times, and it only dropped. I mean, this was the worst luck.
Oh yeah.
Those pants weren't that hard to get. They dropped once, and it was a one need, one greed, like, and then everything else was like a roll.
That's so bullshit.
I know. And then there was another rogue, and I was like, dude, let me get these fucking pants. Dude. I was like, you have no idea how long I've been trying to get these, and he's like, fuck you. You already need it on something. I was like, because I'm fucking.
You should have dueled them. You should have been like,
I need it on some dumb shit because I didn't think it could ever drop. I was like, it's never gonna drop for me. So what I did is I made a lot of money off of. You could have like level 1 enchanting back then and disenchant anything. So like I just disenchanted shit and sold it in the auction house to like fund my like runs.
dude.
And I saw the Baron mount drop twice. Oh shit!
That's insane.
Yeah.
And I only saw the Shadowcraft pants drop once. That's how fucked. That's how literally fucked that situation was. I was like,
You're never gonna see
I'm never gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get it. So and then at that point I was like, well, I'll do the quest to like upgrade. So I had some pieces that were upgraded and some I was like, I completely gave up. And then at the end of that, I quit before it even was over. I quit like maybe a month before BC came out. I was like, I'm done.
There was, I mean,
I had my fun in the sun, dude. It's over. But I still love that game. I even played private servers for a while just to like relive some of the fun.
Right.
And then whenever Classic came out, I played it again for a little bit. But
one of the oh my God, one of the most fun I had playing PvP was I bought a second World of Warcraft account.
Yo.
And
You have to.
rolled Horde because I wanted to play Shaman.
Yo.
okay.
And then I two-boxed 2 Shamans up to level 19 and then just two-boxed the shit out of Warsong Gulch.
Dude,
Nobody stopped me. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to camp the flag. Anybody come in, just immediate earth shot. Nobody survived. I'd go get nobody could stop me for like months.
Turn into a
All I
fucking
did
wolf and run,
it wasn't called smurfing. What was it called?
It was called
Twinking. Yeah, I had a dual box twink shamans, and I ran Warsong Gulch for like 3 months. Nobody could stop me.
That's what's cool about that game, though. It's like you play the way you want to play.
Yeah.
Level 19 twinks were fun.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
When Classic came out,
yeah.
I had so many. This was I already told the story. I don't know if you listened to that episode, but I'll tell it one more time. Oscar, I was trying to play with her. She never played before, and then she was going to school and working.
Yeah.
So like the schedule, we'd only get to do quests. We did get to level 40. We did get our mounts and shit. But I made so much money doing auction house, not scams, but I'd buy shit that I knew was going to be more expensive later on.
Yeah.
And then I'd resell it. And then I had this little shitty Westfall. Like I'd go up the coast, I'd fish, I'd kill the birds, and I'd kill the wind guys and get magic dust. And I would just sell it. And I had a lot of money, so I started making twinks. This was so much fun, dude. I had a rogue twink level 19. I had a paladin twink level 19. I had a priest level 19 twink. I had like all these level 19 twinks, and they were like the rogue was completely enchanted the fuck out, dude. Yeah. It was, I mean, it was bad, and it is fucking stupid. I had both of the serpent maces. I had dual cruel barb. So I could switch between any weapons I wanted, and I had like all the enchants on all the characters. I must have spent like hundreds of gold. So I made all this gold just doing these stupid like this Westfall fucking like farming thing I made up myself. I should have made a video on it just to prove I'm not making up shit. Because like and like see how much like gold per minute I could get out of it, because it wasn't a lot, but it was more than enough to like fund my shitty twink adventures. But it was so much fun, dude. I had a paladin twinks actually pretty sick, because you get this mace you're supposed to get from a quest when you're like level 25. You can get it if you have someone help you do it. You can get it at 19. It's like as early as you can get. So you have to make sure you get to like Darnassus or some random ass place. You're supposed to go higher level. You're supposed to go there when you're 19 and get the quest, and you can't gain any experience, because if you do the quest and like get all the experience from it, then you'll level out. So you have to like barely be there for the kills that you need and not anything else. Yeah. And then you turn in that quest and you get it, and you're like right there. And then you have to like hearth back and never do a quest or kill any mob or anything. You can stay 19 with the glacial mace. And then I got like Crusader like on it and shit. I was just like beat the fuck out. It was so cool, dude. And I was in a twink guild. It was so bad, dude. I was such a fucking loser whenever Classic came out. I was just like, I had me and Oscar's account, and I would just run. What's that horde instance by the pond or the lake? It was like some random. What was that? And like the Viper people and all that shit. I dual boxed. I like dual accounted that one and stockades like. 20 times every character. I would go there and I would just do it over and over, reset it, go and just run and get all their shit I needed. I'd sell those raptor skins, dude. After a while, no one gave a shit about that kind of loot, so the money dried up on it. But like there were some really early on patterns for leatherworking. You could sell those raptor hides for. I don't know. It was a lot of bullshit. The devil sword, the devil something scales inside that. I can't remember. I haven't played the game.
I just saying, yeah.
But it was that game's sick. I'll
sick.
I'll never say that classic WoW or just vanilla or whatever was dumb because that game was badass.
No, yeah, that game was so
For sure.
It was so interesting. Like I didn't play Everquest, so that was my first frame of reference for MMO.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
And you remember the wars of like which MMO? Remember fucking did you guys play? Did you play Guild Wars?
I did.
a little bit.
I
We
did.
fucked with it for a minute because
Yeah.
it was at our LAN center. So like there was all these like that Heroes City of Heroes. Bro, I totally forgot about
We
that.
used to remember we watched Nacho play it all the time.
Well,
dude.
we tried it out
Yeah.
at Landstone. We tried City of Heroes. We tried, but whenever WoW came out, I was like, oh, this is something
It took off.
different. This
Yeah,
this is a little better of a game. And by
Yeah.
little, I mean like way better.
So you know how kind of World of Warcraft started. You know that like there was a EverQuest guild leader who finally got fed up with EverQuest and he moved over to WoW to help develop it on launch.
Okay.
Really?
So they had all the experience of EverQuest from all the years and the expansions that they did.
That's cool.
The game was so good when it came out. Well, don't get me wrong. Did you play it the day of
EverQuest?
No.
Or World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft?
No, because I was doing City of Heroes PvP at the
The
time.
launch was a fucking disaster.
Oh yeah.
So
I heard.
I mean, I'm sitting here being like, oh, it was really polished.
Yeah.
No. Now that I think about it, we got it. We waited the day it came out. We did like a midnight release on WoW of vanilla, and we went home because we played World of Warcraft. Or not.
Warcraft
we played
3.
Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
So we were like big time Blizzard fans, and that game sucked the fattest cock. On the day we couldn't even play.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
No one could play. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. I'd make a character, I'd run, and then I would just be a ghost. And then I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And I go for my body, resurrect. You click it, nothing would happen. And I'm like, this game doesn't work. Okay, this is fun. This is. And then you'd have to make a new character, and then it'd be like, and then you had to start deleting the ones. And like, if you died, you couldn't resurrect.
That's so
yeah.
And then the
crazy.
game would lag out so hard that you would just get killed by shit that you didn't even see coming. Like you'd try to kill him, and like he'd have no life, and it would just be at 0, and he'd still be hitting you.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then he'd kill you, and you couldn't resurrect. It was so fucked up. It was
I was at least lucky that I didn't do it at launch. I want to say when I finally started playing World of Warcraft, it was right before AQ40 got released. So it was still classic.
I see.
It wasn't for the expansion, but that's when I started creating the character. By the time Burning Crusade was coming out, I had hit max level, and I actually got my
Really?
City of Heroes guild swapped over. So all of my raiding guild from World of Warcraft was all the PvPers from City of Heroes. So we came over there and formed that. So yeah, I got in right before AQ40. So I luckily missed all the launch and all the hot garbage
At
that
least
I
we
heard
got
came
free
with that.
credit. I remember getting an email being like, "Okay, we'll give you like a month free." Like we know that this shit wasn't real. So
That's so fucking legit. Bro.
yeah, we're sorry. The next month's on us or some shit. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was fucking.
Well, they almost have to
bad.
do something like that. It's
It
like
was
that's
bad.
terrible, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure people were like, "Hey, it'd be nice to play this game if you could actually play it." And they're just
Yeah.
embarrassed, so they're like, "Fuck it, we'll give them a week." I think it was only a week free. Actually, it was fucking cheap.
I'd take
Yeah.
cheap though. That's fucking
bastard.
sick.
Yeah.
They need to make.
Well,
their
I mean,
money,
this was
dude.
Blizzard's first subscription thing. They were
Yeah.
like rolling in money, and they realized how much money that its subscriptions were. So,
Definitely.
way more.
yeah,
than just,
we'll give you some, but only a little bit because we still need to make
and
our
it's,
money.
to this day, every company is trying to figure out how they can do something like the constant bankroll. That's why they like put
Loot
these
boxes,
characters
dude,
out,
and
loot
like,
boxes.
Yeah.
We'll put a character out every couple months so we can get an extra little nut in instead of just
The initial-
I swear.
Instead of just fucking dropping an expansion or a new
Am I
game or
am I
something, yeah.
wrong? Or in Street Fighter 4 when they would add characters, like you wouldn't have to pay money for them.
No.
No,
Just get them.
You just got 'em.
Yeah.
I think the only like thing was when Elena and all them at the very end. That was kind of that. Oh,
Okay.
you know what?
You have
Those
to buy
weren't
a
even
new game.
individual characters.
You had to buy Ultra.
Yeah, that was just a pack that came with it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to like buy Ultra Street Fighter 4.
But yeah, Super, you had to buy the whole new disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I had so many iterations of that game by the end of it too.
Yeah.
Like physical copies and shit. Just like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah.
know, I had it down. And the worst part is you try to play that on on PS4, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's worse.
That's
than
what I played it on originally. It was
Dude.
PS4, man.
No, you didn't. We played on PS3, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we played.
Oh,
on
we
PS3.
did on PS3.
I think on PS3 it was even better. The PS4 version, I had a little kickback like a year ago during the pandemic, and I had a PS4. I had Street Fighter 4 hooked up to it, and I couldn't land any combos. I couldn't land anything. I was like, man, I haven't played this game in a while. I suck. Fuck no, that's not the problem. I the next time I had the PC out, and this is when I realized that there was something going on.
Yeah.
I had my PC out there, and I played Street Fighter 4 again, and then the first time I did like jab strong, I landed it, and I was like, oh, and then I started landing stand jab into fierce, and then I was landing like counter hit fierce into fierce, and I was like, okay, hold on a second, it's not the game. I was like, it's not me. I was like, it's that PS4 version of Street Fighter 4 fucking sucks.
Is PC still like the best version for Street Fighter 4? Or is it still
That
Xbox
or
360?
Xbox.
Yeah.
That or Xbox. I'm pretty sure it runs similarly.
Yeah, it's got to be close now.
I'm sure it's close.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Xbox worked pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
PS3 on a CRT worked pretty good too.
Yeah.
Once they started,
We came from that, but it was such a shitty gaming
we used to play on a
era
CRT
because
and it felt
Xbox
better,
360s would get the red ring. I had a PS3 break on me like 2 times, bro. I had to
I never had my
set it in to get it fixed and shit. I was pissed about that.
I think the old ones broke. Those bigger,
I
shinier
had
ones.
the fucking big ass guy.
Those ones are cool though because you could like hack them out and do all this crazy shit. I know Jake had one that was fucking like
A Pornhub.
dude. It was
monster,
crazy.
dude.
I was like, wait, so what? He's like, dude, if you get these old ones, you could like do all this crazy shit. I can't remember how he explained it, but I was like, damn, that's tight. Like you could just like have whatever game you wanted. It was almost like what do you call it? Like a jailbroke or some shit. I don't know how the fuck he did it. I was like, damn, he's like, I could do anything on this. I was like, wow, that's tight.
You can play Xbox 360 games on it, dude. You're like, what, dude? That's fucking cool, bro.
I was like, that's pretty tight. I don't know. I don't really remember, but I know it was different. I know that old one was like a valued one because there was. Maybe it's because you could play old PS2 games.
I think that's what it was. You
could play PS2 games on it. It was backwards compatible, and there was some other shit where like the hard drive you could do. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was. I never got the PS. So I got an Xbox in like a big ass 40-inch screen TV. It was not good for trying to play fighting games on. There was so much lag on it, and then eventually I got the Evo monitor on it.
Fuck yeah! See, that's what's up right there.
But yeah, like I was just like, I remember when I wanted to get into Street Fighter again. I just went to the store and saved up money and just straight bought a TV, a big ass TV, an Xbox, the game.
Damn.
And then I was like, all right, cool. I got my controller, and for like 2 days, I tried playing on Super Street Fighter on a controller.
Yeah.
And was like, fuck that, and went and bought a TE like 2 days later. And
nice.
Then, yeah, that's when I fucking really started getting into.
That's
Street
cool. I was
Fighter
gonna ask
grinding.
you what your experience was with that.
Yeah.
Like playing on pad and then being like,
how was
when
the
did
transition?
you switch? Because I always knew
From
you.
pad to
I played pad for 2 days. There was
well, because I was the same. I tried to play on a pad and I couldn't play, and I was kind of upset. And that's when Vincent got the Blaze Blue fucking arcade stick. And I remember going over and seeing that and being like, "That's fucking badass." And I bought one
Because he had an SE before.
That's
we all
what it
had
was.
old SEs.
Yeah.
Like no, not SEs. The little ones.
Yeah, those are SEs.
yeah, that's the SEs.
Okay,
yeah,
we
standard
had-
editions.
Yeah, so we got SEs and then we modded them. And then we started getting like TEs, tournament edition ones. And it was like, oh,
I think
man.
that's when I came in because I was like, I just remember that being the first stick I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
At home, like, because I remember going to the arcades and playing, but I was like, what the fuck?
So
like,
I think Vincent bought a SE first.
okay,
And then we were like modding it out because it was a piece of shit. Like the stick broke.
buttons and shit.
The stick broke really fast.
Yeah.
Like we were playing on it and it was like, okay, this thing's broken. So then we were like, oh, the lizard lick back in the
Yeah,
day.
dude.
Brandon got scammed on lizard lick. He was like one of the last.
Yeah.
He tried to buy something when they were going out of business and the guy just fucking
took
took
my
his
money and
and
just
never
laughed
gave
at
him
me,
shit.
dude. Yeah, I was like, fuck.
But then I think I bought the SE off of Vincent, and then I had that SE for the longest time. So that with that money or whatever, he got the when the TE, the Blaze Blue one came out.
It took me a long time to learn how to play on a stick.
And it's so crazy.
It did. I don't know why. It was such a like. it was a learning curve because my whole life I was used to playing on a fucking controller, even though I sucked on it.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the fuck? How am I gonna do this? Then I picked Abel, and it was just a fucking hard character to play, and I just remember fucking struggling for a long time. But once it clicked, it was fucking over, dude.
I was already like thinking that the arcade stick was the way to go because like Chilang had that third strike setup with the two Hori rap ones. And I was like, oh, this is how you play fighting games. I was like, this controller shit is fun. I mean,
mad respect to controller players,
Fuck
but
yeah.
like, dude, there's just something about like
Exactly.
it's comfortable for me. Just
that was
to
even.
have
I think that was before Street Fighter 4 even came out.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, by the time, you know, then I didn't have an arcade stick when Street Fighter 4 came out, so I was playing Guile. I was like, well, I can't play this character, and I didn't like him either. I thought he sucked. So I was playing Guy. That's the funniest part. Is I was playing fucking Abel. I was playing Abel in vanilla,
Dude,
on a
fuck
pad. And then when Super Street Fighter 4 came out, it was like, no, this is actually like the shit. You know what I mean? Like this game is dope. We were watching fucking like.
8 on the Brakes.
Yeah, like
fucking
random, like Ustream and like Justin TV, just
Yeah.
janky ass fucking
love Justin TV.
streamed on Dazzles and shit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking play this game. This game is dope. And then it all went downhill from there, dude. My whole life just like
Fucking, if the tournament wasn't on, you were watching Peaceful J stream.
Yeah, no, real talk though,
Yeah.
dude. Just be watching people playing and
Fuck yeah.
dude, it was I remember even listening, like I was just thinking about it before you guys came. I used to listen to one of Juicebox Abel's fucking podcasts before I even knew what the fuck a podcast was on my fucking Sidekick T-Mobile phone.
Yep.
Like I was like, how the fuck did I even listen to that? I must have had to plug fucking headphones in and like it was so weird.
Well, the
dude.
Sidekick had little speakers though, didn't it?
Yeah, but it was still. I just don't even know how I was online. Like I was trying to remember.
That
Like,
was like the generation of phone that was like 1 foot into like smartphone territory.
Yeah.
Because you had a Sidekick, I had a LG Envy.
yeah,
And
dude.
I'd like just try to like I'd catfish girls into sending me nudes, and I'd just be laughing. I'm just like, what a dumb bitch. No, I'm just kidding. That
Oh shit, dude.
that didn't happen. Okay.
But it was just so like.
That era was just so, and it was weird because it was like, it was a transitional time from
Definitely.
content creators too. Because like before,
I need to repent, dude. No, okay, no, go ahead.
like before you had like Juicebox Able and all them doing that, like you didn't really have many people before. Like you had, and you know what? I'll tell you when there was the big transition into the Street Fighter 4 era. When Dr. Sub-Zero stopped doing content. Was right around the time Street Fighter 4 came out and other people picked it. And I miss Dr. Sub-Zero stuff. Like, I
Remember that story you told about that Roppongi prostitute where him and his friend like do you remember that?
Dude,
I remember that.
His podcast
I remember
were
that.
the best.
It was the shit, dude. I was like,
was-
this guy is fucking talking real talk right now.
Dude.
He's like, my friend hit it first, and my God, her pussy was fucking blown out. I was like, wow, you must have had a fucking piece on him or something.
fucking
And I was
lottery,
like, wow,
dude.
this is fucking epic.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
Dr. Sub-Zero was the original.
We're probably
like,
canceling
real
him right now. We're just like, we don't
we don't
know.
care.
We don't even know. We're just
No.
like saying shit that
That
he's
was
like,
the Wild West,
tried to
right?
scrub off the internet.
No one knew what was okay, what wasn't okay.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, we're just gonna do this shit, dude.
Yeah, like, we're just going to sit
Most
here
of
and
us
talk.
had like unbeknownst to us like child pornography on our phones, like our ex-girlfriends and shit, like before they were, you know, like we didn't know what the fuck was going on, like,
Oh my God.
you know what I mean though? It's like,
for
we're so
sure, for
stupid.
sure.
It's like, yeah, dude, check out, this is some chick I knew from like high school. It was like, she's like 17. It's like, bro, like the feds are breaking the door down and shit. You're like, those were different times, dude.
I do miss that era, but like, I think transitioning when Street Fighter 4 came out is probably what helped with bringing everybody, because you know,
Definitely.
everyone talks about how Street Fighter 4 brought people back and revitalized the FGC and stuff.
Well, it got popular.
Yeah.
It was really
Brought old heads back. It brought new heads in.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a really. It was fucking crazy.
it was a
dude.
pretty good game.
Yeah.
It was, and when you found out how long of a period it was before they made the last Street Fighter,
Yeah.
that was crazy to me because I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like I
Wait,
came in so
Third Strike
blind.
came out in '99.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So it's 10 years.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. 10 years.
10
That
years.
is so crazy to me. I was like mind fucked by that. That almost made me want to play more. Because it's like, this is a fucking 10-year-old like distance of a game. Like, I have to play it now.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool, kind of. I don't know why I thought it was cool. I was like, it's bringing it back, dude. Fucking rise from the grave, dog.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Like,
fucking play this game.
Yeah, and people just, everyone jumped on it. Like, everyone was playing. And then you had Twitch, well, it was Justin TV.
Yeah, dude.
At the
Justin
time.
TV.
So, like, everybody was just streaming it.
Definitely.
People, you know, you had nothing to do, so you just watched other people
it.
play. And then, of course, you're like, dude, fucking sucks. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get on and show you how to do it. So then you wanted to play after that.
Definitely.
So when was the first time you got notarized like by the community for being like doing some crazy jury shit? Because like, how did that come about? Because it almost seemed like it was pretty weird that like you had a couple fucking like things people were like talking about. Was that on SRK?
It was SRK.
So when did you? So that's when Super Street Fighter 4 came out. That's whenever you made your like SRK account, and then were you just like posting on a jury forum, and then people were like,
So
"Yo,
it
this
was
is wild."
it was more that like I just started uploading to YouTube and
Okay.
just putting shit on YouTube, and I've always been a huge lab monster in
Yes.
that game. I love figuring stuff out, and nobody knew much about jury at the time, so I was just like putting shit up. And at first, it was just content. Here's me playing online against people. And then I do something kind of cool, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. What do you do about
Like a different
that?"
combo?
Yeah, like some kind of a combo.
Or you go like over like a low, like someone never seen that before or some shit. It's like, whoa, it's a new tech.
So like a lot of people, whenever they pick jury, like to land or Ultra 2, so many people were only doing it off of EX dive kick. There's EX dive kick into Ultra 2. And that was it. And there's so many ways to land it. And so like I started playing and showing like different ways just in like matches against people on how to land like Ultra 2, and people were like, "Oh, that's cool. How do you do that?" Oh, you do it like this, and this. And then eventually it kind of led into, well, I know there's a video I put out that is such a crappy edit video. It's like a screen of the game and a black background, and that's it. And I'm like, here's what you do to land this. And then I went through like 10 different ways to land Ultra 2. And I want to say that was probably the start of it.
Oh wow! So that's the first time people were like,
it was kind of like I was showing like how you can do it off of, you know, FADC Fireball, how you can like juggle in the corner, how you can like Fireball charge.
So like people, I imagine one is like off of a focus attack juggle or some shit. People never thought about like I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure with Guile you can like do a focus attack and like knock him out of the air with it, and then forward dash and Ultra 2 like in the corner and hit him. And we tried to do it forever, and then Richard did it like second try. I was like, it was like me and Diano were like trying over and over and over and over again. Then Richard just does it the fucking same. I was like, okay, well you can fucking go to hell. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. I hate the fact that I sucked at all games, dude. This shit pisses me off. But yeah.
There's so many, like, you know, Jury's little backflip. You know, you can land Ultra 2 off of that.
Really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like a counter hit or some shit?
Nope. If they jump and you backflip them at the arc,
Oh yeah. Okay.
you can Ultra 2 into that.
That's so
tight.
badass.
It's so
dude.
sick. So like I would show shit like that.
Guile had a thing where like if you flash kick them at the top,
You
like,
could get a second one or something.
And then when they're falling, you can flash kick them again.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it's so sick.
It's
so
something
sick.
like that. So yeah, that would probably. I
Then they
guess
go so high. It's like they like go off the screen, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And then it's like, yeah, like it's so cool. Hell yeah.
That's insane, dude.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
probably that video was the first one. Then as far as
So was that on Event Hubs?
No. So that one didn't. That was the first. I didn't get on Event Hubs or SRK with that, but I started
that was just
getting
like people were like, "Oh, try
like in the like the
jury
Twitch chats and shit
state.
like that. People were like
Yes.
that. The first time, I know the other time that I got like really, I don't want to say popular because I don't think I was ever really popular.
You were nut.
I was a nut.
People knew who you were.
Yeah. So there.
looked up to you.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it would probably be. I started picking up steam because Mike Ross and Gutex were doing the Twitch thing where you could win a free. Was it Twitch Prime at the time? Or?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'm not
So,
100%
like, yeah.
sure on
I'm not
the
the guy to
season.
ask.
So if you could play, like, if you could beat Mike Ross or whoever, you got a Twitch sub or whatever.
Okay.
And so at the time, the studio that they were doing it at, they were doing it off of Steam, and they had their profile open. So every week, what I would do is I would have Steam open, and then I'd have Street Fighter 4 open as well. And back then, you could just click on Join Game.
What?
So what they do is they'd set up a lobby and people were trying to like get in. Well, nobody knew. I would just like wait and just mash join game. So every week I was popping in trying to beat Mike Ross.
Oh,
and this
cool.
went on for months to the point that he's like, yeah, this is, he's a jury player and all that. And then eventually I beat him.
You beat him?
Yeah, got a Twitch sub.
That's so sick.
That's so sick.
Then Mike Ross did an Excellent Adventures with Scar, the Smash player.
Okay.
And he was learning Street Fighter 4 at the time, and Gutex had tweeted, "Hey, if you want to play us." So I like got on and ended up playing against
This was Twitter.
Yeah,
What year was this?
2000. I was here in San Diego at the time, so 2015,
Damn, dude.
15. Okay.
something like that. But yeah,
I was
it
thinking
was,
Twitter. I didn't even know what Twitter was until like 6 months ago.
But yeah, I remember Gutex was like, "We're going to be shooting Excellent Adventures. You know, if you want to join, go ahead and join." So I joined and got into the lobby, and I ended up playing like 4 or 5 games. Like it even went into 2 different episodes that I was playing.
Damn, dog.
And I remember I beat Scar because first he's a Smash player and it's jury.
Jury was tricky, dude.
Yeah, nobody knew
different.
shit about that. So I beat
Like,
him.
Low fireball, low fireball. Like,
Oh yeah.
you
Dude,
gotta watch your toes with that chick.
I
She'll
hit him
fucking-
with so much tricky shit.
Yeah,
it was
You
crazy.
gotta watch your toes with that chick. Dude.
But I ended up beating him in the week that Excellent Adventures came out with that episode. They had Scar on the live Twitch show.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
So they still had an open profile. So it was Sunday that the video dropped. Monday or Tuesday they did this. So in the middle of the stream I popped back in. I'd already won a Twitch sub, but I popped back in and they were like, "This is the dude." So I ended up playing them again and won a second Twitch sub off of them because I beat Scar then, and then almost beat Mike Ross. That's actually I wish I could find that clip. It was
That's
so
epic, dude.
yeah. But
This is so cool, dude.
from there is really when I started getting noticed in like streams and stuff.
That's the guy
so
who almost beat Mike Ross.
yeah.
dude.
So I started putting out like content,
Yo, hell
not just
yeah.
putting stuff up. Like I was putting out my lab work
See, that's
and
cool.
things like that. And that's around the time that SRK started like picking up some of the stuff. I remember there was one video that got really popular where it was a feng shui engine combo, and a bunch of the jury players were on the SRK boards, and right around the same time, like 2 or 3 of us were like trying to maximize the combo. And I ended up putting out the video first, and I was like, "Dude, this is it. This is the best." And it was a stupid like 450 damage combo. Like it was half health if I got an overhead on you. And
That's
I
so
put it out
bad.
and submitted it to SRK, and like Ultra David and James Chen were replying to it, and they're like, "Hey, can you do it off of this? Can you do?" So they were asking me, you know, what's the specifics of it? How did you figure it out? You know, what tiny things? And that's definitely when I started
Getting traction, dude.
Yeah, after that, I started doing the jury 1 hour lessons.
You know what's crazy?
That's cool.
Yeah, in a weird way, you're like, in like the weirdest way. It's like you're one of the most like famous like San Diego like
Not really.
No. I'm not even joking. Like
Yeah.
obviously, it's like you know, you got like all the like old school players, right? Like this gang is what's it called. Then eventually down that road, it's like Triox, the jury player. Like in some like crazy like you know, roundabout way. It's like because I know that people noticed it. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like there were a lot of jury players that were like, "Dude, this guy is like the shit." Like,
I
he's a
know.
badass.
I know. Shine started playing jury towards the end of Street Fighter 4, and I was watching somebody stream one day, and he come in, and I was just chatting. Like I didn't even know he was in the chat. And he's like, "Hey, Trog." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was just watching your video." was like, which one? He's like, yeah, the fireballs and footsies and the mechanic, the 1 hour lessons of it.
Dude.
And he started, like, we spent like 30 minutes. He was like picking my brain about like jury stuff.
That's so cool.
And then like 3 weeks later, he actually started playing jury in the tournament. And at that point, I was like, all right, I made it.
That's
Like,
sick,
yeah,
man.
I got fucking shine, and
That's cool.
other people started like coming in. I had the lessons. So yeah, right. That's when I was like prime SRK famous, I guess,
That
at the
you
time.
need stuff like that though. 'cause
Yeah.
There was I forget who even did the video that I watched, but there were so many videos that you would accidentally stumble upon that would unlock something for you that you needed so badly in your gameplay. And for you to put stuff out that for people, like, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's better than winning a match, I almost think, dude. Like, you like laid it out for people to play.
It's kind of
out,
crazy,
dude.
right? So like, yeah, I mean, like, there's different ways to get to that level. It's like you could be like Desk, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows,
Right, yeah.
Desk, he does these combos and shit. I've never seen Desk beat anyone in my entire life.
No.
I've never seen him beat anyone.
Yeah.
So like, and then like you can beat someone and no one knows it even happened. Like no one knows that XSK Samurai stopped playing Ryu because of me. Like
Yeah.
no one knows it. Like,
Oh, shit, dude.
but is it true nonetheless? Like, yeah, that's true. He stopped playing Ryu because I beat him like a drum at fucking SoCal Regionals, and then the next tournament he's like, I'm playing Evil Ryu now, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking I'm not gonna get just out fucking patiented by some fat little shit in a Hawaiian shirt. Looks like a fucking boogaloo boy. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Well,
dude?
I mean, like Street Fighter 4 was so like it was so unique. Like I never played Third Strike during its prime, but like, did people lab Third Strike as hard as people lab Street Fighter 4 stuff? Like, it felt like Street Fighter 4 because
there was no training mode until, I mean, okay, no, there was a training mode. So there was like, people were playing that PlayStation 2 version of it. Even the Dreamcast version of it wasn't real.
Yeah.
There were combos that wouldn't work in a fucking real arcade or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there were people playing it on PlayStation 2 and they were labbing it for sure. Street Fighter 4 seemed like it just had so much bigger reach. You know, you could almost compare it to like a Everquest and like WoW. Like, it was like, wow, there's so many more people playing this shit.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, the group, look at the tournament sizes back then. It was like a couple hundred people to like a 3,000 or some shit. It's like, oh, okay, this is different. You know, this is a different animal.
With the ability to be able to lab and figure out all this stuff. So I'm a huge pop monster. I like almost never went far in tournaments. Like maybe the most I ever did at SCR was like go 2-2. That was it. I was a huge pop monster.
Evo 2 and 2, dude. I held that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah.
But the cool thing was that like even if you were a pop monster, if you could put out content like that, then that could mean somebody else that isn't a pop monster could pick up the information that they would have never had, and it furthers, you know, especially with like unique characters like Jury and stuff. Like everybody was picking content from everyone else. Like I'm a huge friend with another Jury player. His name's Kale from New York. That dude's as big of a lab monster as I am. And between both of us putting out content, there were so many Jury players that started to come out in tournaments that I was seeing using content and tools, tricks, and things that we learned in the lab because of that. So even without being a good player yourself in the terms of what most people consider it, like you could still be known.
Definitely.
Like you could still figure out
100%.
the stuff. Yeah.
People fucking knew who Triox was. No one ever fucking knew who I was.
No, exactly.
It's I wasn't even like a great player or anything, but like,
it's,
you know, but then, so the call out wall.
The call out wall. Okay, so let's get into the story about the call out. All right. So the call out wall is, so Ultra Street Fighter 4 came out, and I spent the first week at the call of the game coming out just labbing.
Wait a
everything.
second, hold on. The call out wall was
Happened
when
after
Ultra came out?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Not even.
So.
Real?
Yep.
The one with Nia and like Ilya and that was back. That was that point.
Yep. That was when the call out wall happened. So.
Okay.
It was because I spent an entire week just doing nothing but labbing, and I found all kinds of new shit for Jury because actually she was good starting from Ultra and on.
When Ultra came out, she was better.
Oh god, yeah. I still to this day I think Jury's like just outside of top 10 in that game. I think Jury, she's not quite high tier, but she is.
What's your tier list for this? You might have a better fucking beat on this than any of us.
For like where
Ultra, like at the end of the game, what was like top 10 up to Jury?
God,
I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
You are, because okay. So obviously, like the new character, like Elena, is stupid good. Rolento, I think, is stupid good.
Okay, that's what I think too.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to remember who was even good back in
Seth
Ultra.
is pretty good, huh?
I felt like Seth was all right.
You think Jury was better than Seth?
I think Jury's better than Seth.
Oh shit. Okay.
I do.
Shots fired. All
I
right.
think Jury's got so she's not good at one specific thing, but she's got so many tools that if you're smart enough to know when to use it
It's
in a
almost
situation,
like she's kind of one of those characters that's so hard to play because she's so.
Well, there's so many like situational things.
There's so many branches.
I got you.
It's like a fucking. There's
Crazy
so many
tree,
different
dude.
ways to go, and there's so many different options. But in like an AI playing the game type sense, she could really be. Like,
I mean,
best.
like,
in a weird way, like because this beats that, but it's not the execution's high with her too. So it's like at that point, it's like. But if like a robot were playing both characters, like Jury in just off of not human potential, but like just the way that the character is designed and like all
her mechanics and stuff are so unique. She
could really fucking have answers for a lot of matchups.
I think that why Jury hold her so high is that I think a lot of the top tier characters that are just like this is a 7-3, this is I think that she does a lot better at a lot of what the higher tier characters were.
Okay.
With the exception of maybe like Elena just shit on Jury. I think Rolento, like she can do pretty good against Rolento, but the problem is that like she can get rushed down. So like if you can if you can hold your own with Jury and not crack, like I think she is viable against a lot of the higher top tier characters or scrub killer characters.
It's kind of crazy that people don't know how good Rolento is in the US. They don't have a sense of it. Like it took me seeing Rolento shit at the arcades in Japan to realize like, oh, we have no idea what's even. We're not even playing the
He's
same.
so dumb.
We're not even playing the same fucking game.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting there watching Punko get fucking he can't win a game off of any one of these Rolento players.
That's so cool.
And they have like the fucking outfits on their fucking
on the
Nessica
card
and shit. Like they're playing like with the Joker. I'm like, okay, these guys are fucking broken as shit.
Yeah.
And they don't even lose rounds to those like people that we think of like a high level tournament player. It's like, dude, like I'm not traveling to America, but like I don't even break a sweat when I play you. Like, I just jump around and pogo and fucking kill people.
Did he take his shirt off in the arcade and like?
No, he got fucking bodied and his little like goons like consoled him. I was like, oh, look at this shit, dude. You guys are fucking. We're all losers here. You're in the same boat as I am. You're on my level now.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, man. Dude, it's kind of real though, man. Rolento was fucking tough, and that was one character I never learned the matchup for, man. It was fucking weird.
I didn't even care at that point. By the
By
the time Ultra came around, I'm like, hey, like, we're gonna get food after this. I was like,
that's the thing. There's a memory I have of where you beat me in tournament, and I remember at my peak of playing, I felt like I was pretty good, but you never stopped. I was like in that mentality of like, where are we eating after this? Or like, and then you beat me in tournament, and I was like, fuck, bro, like. I need to play more. Like I remember thinking that, like I fucking suck, bro. Like this guy's going in and fucking putting work in, dude.
Triox at the end, he was a formidable.
So let's get back to the call out wall because that kind of leads into this. So I played that whole week, and then I went and showed up at Salt Mines, and this was the Crack Mines one, where like. The big long hall that was right off the engineer road.
That was the Ryan Tang one.
Yeah, the Ryan Tang salt mines. So
I like that one the best.
I did like that one. Dude, that place was so cool.
I like that one.
So
I mean, you always had to No, I'm not gonna talk shit. I was gonna say something that was gonna be really fucked up, but I'm not gonna say it.
And you had to.
I'm turning a new leaf. I'm not gonna.
You had to. Oh my god! And then when the key got lost for the bathroom, because that was the worst shit.
Yeah, well, Joe had the girls one. I mean, okay, never mind. I did it anyways, guys. I'm sorry. I had to fucking. All right, go ahead.
So I showed up after a week, and I've been labbing it, and I sat down to play, and I played against Manny.
Oh shit!
And I'm
Tempest.
like, yeah. So
he was pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Out of the SD OFC like North or whatever, he
they didn't put in work.
Probably top 4.
Yeah,
top 5 for sure.
Top 5 for sure.
Top 5 for sure.
Definitely. But
tournament player.
I remember sitting down and I was like, I'm about to show him everything that Jury can do, and he beat the shit out of me.
He's pretty good.
Just wiped the floor with me. And I got up and went outside to go smoke a cigarette, and I was like, all right. I realized that I can't live off of labbing alone.
Yeah.
I was like I'm gonna brag a little bit. I'm pretty fucking knowledgeable about what you can do with Jury
100%.
in the situations. But
you're like an authority on it.
Yeah.
But translating that into
I don't think
but that was my problem, is that I can have all of this knowledge, but it doesn't fucking matter if I still sit down and I'm like, well, yeah, I can do 400 damage off of an overhead. Well, what if they never let me land an overhead?
Exactly.
Then I'm fucking screwed, because that's all I did the whole time. So I remember I went outside and I was like,
That's so badass, though.
I was like, I've got to do something different. I was like, I've got to be actually find a way to use my knowledge in real situations. So that was the first kind of beginning of it. The second part was actually a story from SCR. So I went to SCR, and I think that was the one I went 2-2. And the first match, I think I played.
What do you think it was, like 2013 or something?
It was the SCR.
Was it at UC Irvine?
It was the SCR where Snake Eyes OCV NorCal. No. I know what it was.
I remember meeting you at a SCR.
So
one of the first times I ever met you was.
It might have been.
I remember.
It may have been that one.
It was at UC Irvine.
It was either that, or it was, because I remember there was like two pre SCRs one year that they had like these smaller events.
Okay.
And I remember going to that, and
like a lead up to SCR kind
of
thing.
And I remember I played Snake Eyes' girlfriend the first match. And I beat her, and she had her whole crew with it. The next match was actually against what's his JC, the Rufus? Who's the Rufus player? From
JD Digital?
Yeah.
Temecula?
Johnny Digital?
Yes.
JD?
So
was
JD,
he like
Port Lee Filipino guy?
Yeah. So
was he talking about how he used to live in New York City? And
no, because like
dude, that guy was so weird.
That
He'd be like, "Oh, you beat me, but I used to play with Sanford Kelly." You can fucking keep on talking about that shit, but you know what? Fuck.
Well, I played him, and this was the first time I ever met him. I didn't even know he was from Temecula. I met him up in LA at that tournament. It was a fucked up thing, and he beat me. And I remember thinking, I was like, "What?" And you know what? I'm probably gonna get shit because I'm gonna call somebody out. Okay. So
he's okay though. He's not. He's not
He's
an okay guy.
It's not JD.
He's pretty good at Rufus.
So
but he had a little attitude.
Well, but here's the thing though. It's not JD though.
A little attitude.
Who was the guy?
So I remember I lost to it, and I was so mad because I was like, "Why am I losing to this Rufus?" San Diego has a Rufus player.
Talking about Cody.
About Cody.
Unprotected.
But Cody, I don't know I mean, Cody was always busy with TTF, but Cody never played me in casuals. I don't know if it just never, but I mean, in all the years, I've maybe played Cody in casuals twice.
I think it was the same for me too.
I swear he didn't play casuals that much.
And I was mad.
I always play casuals, bro. I'm a casual king, dude.
I was mad because I was like, why am I losing to a Rufus to shit that I should know because I don't play my Rufus here in San Diego?
Exactly.
I was mad. I was like, there's no fucking reason. Because to the same extent, I always felt that nobody in San Diego should lose to a Jury player because would play against those people, and I would always tell them, this is this is that. I wanted to make sure that my scene knew how to handle a fucking jury player.
I got you.
That's
And
cool.
I was so mad that I lost to a Rufus, and I was like, Cody is there at I go to his tournament every week. Why am I losing to this shit? So between getting my ass kicked by Manny and losing to JD,
Dude,
I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm making a change. And that was the birth of the call-out wall. I was like,
that.
I want...
At first, I didn't really understand its genius. Like, and it, you know, I was like, this is like kind of like a, you know, I thought you were like a sadist or some shit. You know what I mean? I was like, you're not a
if you
sadist,
think
but you know
about
what I mean? Like,
what
what's
do
it called?
people
Like a masochist? When
Yeah.
like being punished.
you're only as good as the people you play with, dude.
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking
the
legit.
call-out wall wasn't because I wanted to, like, fucking buff myself up and be like, yeah, this is mean. The call-out wall was specifically, every person that was picked was specifically people that I had trouble with. And the goal is that I would call people out on Saturday or Sunday, and then it gave me an entire week until, was it Friday?
Yeah.
To figure out the match. Take the knowledge that I used from the labs and everything and figure out how I'm going to use it. So I spent time looking at matches of each person I called out, the characters they would use. I would learn the setup, then learn which setups they had trouble with and shit like that. And it was more specifically
That's so cool.
that I wanted to fight against people, to give myself a week, 1 week to focus on one character, one person, and show what I can do by learning in a week. I gave myself 1 week's time to figure out what can I change in my play style to better myself in this week against this person.
Yeah.
And then I'd play that person, and I'd get my ass kicked, but I'd learn, what I'd see what worked, and then I'd call out the next person and the next person. So it started off with Jet Quick. It was the very first call-out wall that I did. Yep.
And it was close, wasn't it? It was like 8 to 10.
It was
or some
8
shit.
to, it was the close, well, aside from the ones that I won, it was the closest.
Is it a first to 10?
Is
Yeah.
it first to, so
That's why it was so smart. It was like your.
So much knowledge is gained.
it was
in that,
a
dude.
first to 10 for $10. It wasn't about the money.
No.
But
No, not at all. But it was about the experience.
But I was the biggest pop monster. So if I told somebody that kicks my ass already every week in a tournament, hey, do you want to play a casual? Yeah, I'll get to you. But if I say, hey, you want to do a first to 10 for $10, there's a free $10 for them.
Yep.
It's genius.
They're way more inclined to actually
It's
do
genius.
it.
It's like
Yep.
some real big brain shit. I had to admit.
No.
By the time it was
That's
all said
something
and
I would have
done,
never thought of.
By the time it was all said and done, I was like, this fucking.
You were in the
guy.
hyperbolic time chamber.
No.
just fucking
I was
learning,
like,
bro.
I remember, like, I lost to you once in a tournament, and then I was like, oh shit, like this shit's like this whole fucking call out wall is fucking. This is real. And then I lost to you again. The next time I played you, I was like,
I think you got really mad at that one too.
I was like, well,
Because when you
I
consider
probably
yourself
did.
a
I remember-
good player and you're losing to someone who's a good player too, but like maybe you had an edge over him at some
I
point.
always had this fucking. I knew I wasn't playing enough, and
Yeah,
I knew
that's what it
I
comes
was
down to.
just. At that point, I was like, "This is, Street Fighter 4 kind of." It had lost its like luster for me. Don't get me wrong, I was still trying to win.
Yeah.
But I didn't practice. I didn't play online. I didn't do shit. And then I was just getting fucked up by people. And I was like, these guys are still in the thick
In
of
the
it.
lab,
Yeah, I was like,
online.
I shouldn't be able to beat them. And I kind of got mad at myself when I did it.
Yeah, that's what it
why
is.
would I expect to be able to beat someone who's still taking this shit seriously? You know? And then I don't think I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't know. I think by the time it was all said and done, man, like I was like, man, fucking Triox would beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, dude.
You know, but I think at one point I did make it on a call out wall. At one point, I think we played one time for something.
We did. We might
I
have.
never made it on a call out wall, but we played a really
Like good set or something.
Long
Like
set one
I want to
time.
learn something set. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but then man, in tournament I was like, fucking Triox is. And then Audric is another guy who was like, I never fucking lose to that guy. And then I was like, oh, this guy's fucking
Yeah,
cool. I was like, this motherfucker.
He is pretty good.
This guy's taking this shit like seriously.
Very-
like,
yeah.
And someone taking something seriously is a lot more dangerous than
Fuck yeah.
someone
Fuck yeah.
who's like, at one point I took this seriously, but now I'm getting fucked up by these guys who are taking this shit seriously. It's like, oh no. Like,
and then you can either be like, oh, I don't care, but it hurts.
Oh, it
still hurts, man.
It's the shame that hurts the most, dude. You know what I mean?
And I remember the first time I ever experienced it was Sean.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking beat Sean every fucking time. I was like, dude, you can't beat me. You know what I mean? And then I saw all the effort and shit he was putting in, and then he just got so much better. And even, like, better than me. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, this guy is, like, deep in this shit. And I never actually took it... I can never say I took it to, like, the highest gear that these other people were putting in.
Definitely.
I never got there. I never put in a more effort than these fucking people did. And I was like, wow, the people that play this shit are fucking better. So
it turned into more of like a... At first it was like, I want to go to tournaments, I want to win, I want to learn. Then it turned into like, I just want to go hang out with the homies and play games and like...
But it's so cool to see that.
Oh, fuck
with you in particular. Like, by the time it was all said and done, I was like, fucking Triox is
a killer.
He's a fucking killer in the tournament.
He's the fucking Bay Harbor Butcher, dude.
I might be able to win, but I don't know.
I still think I was going like 1 and 2, but...
Stop. No, win at the end?
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
I don't even believe that. I don't believe that.
Yep. You know why? Because
you were fucking people up, bro.
No.
I saw it.
Because like half of San Diego plays fucking Bison, and I suck against Bison, dude. We got like 8 Bison players here.
Stop. Who plays Bison?
Everybody. Everybody's got a fucking pocket Bison in San Diego.
Troll your ass and
That's
shit.
funny, dude.
Yeah.
Does Bison fuck Jury up, dude?
Pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunate,
I think
too.
I think it's a bad matchup, and I think Bison's a personal demon for me, so that's like double on top.
Yeah.
So I just get shit on,
Yeah, me too.
That was a personal demon for me too.
Yeah.
I could not fuck with that character, dude.
Yeah.
That is so funny, dude.
I can't say.
But you know what? Like what you were saying, the 2 and 2. I was so proud of that 2 and 2 because whenever anyone says it, it's like everyone there is as good or better than you. So to even get 2 for me, I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like that's not bad. Like I remember thinking that, like that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
That you could go somewhere where people are labbing like you, doing everything just like you are, and then it's like in game, that's when it matters, man. And like fuck, getting those victories and like losing twice, I was like, fuck that. I don't even give a fuck, dude. Like I won, dude. Like, 2 matches, bro. I'm gonna fucking hold that for the rest of my life, dude.
I mean, I think like
who did you beat out of all the people? You beat Karen, didn't you?
so the only
I think
the
I
only
remember
actual
you fucking bodying Karen.
the only
I'm not
actual wins that I got on any of the call out walls was the last call out wall, which was only like 4. No, was it 5? No, it was 4 people because I would do So I cut it in half. And
did you beat Audric too?
No, but that is okay. So the Jet Quick call out wall was probably the best one, only because not only, but
Dude,
because
those people you played were killers.
because
It was
nobody
fucking killers,
it was
bro.
the first one and no one knew what to expect.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And I like that first week. I took it so serious.
Fuck yeah.
And I played Jet. And he picked Ryu at first instead of Yoon because his Yoon kicks my ass, and that was the reason. That was what I labbed all week. But I also labbed Ryu.
Damn.
And he picked Ryu to start off, and that was a fucking mistake because I got up 3-0 on him. Like I labbed because I'd been a pop monster. Nobody knew how serious I was going to take this. It was just kind of it's a joke. Let's call.
Yeah.
And I took it, and I went up 3-0. And he like immediately had to go to Yoon, and by then people were watching, and I think that one ended up 8-10, where Jet won.
Damn.
And it was
good set,
mad
dude.
props.
Yoon was fucked, dude.
Mad props to Jet because that match set what the standard of what the call out wall was going to be. But I didn't actually get a win until the last one, and I played against Audric, which is still on Cody's YouTube channel. You could still watch that call out wall, and it is my favorite call out wall from the whole
But you
match.
guys weren't doing first to 10s. You weren't doing first to
We
5s.
did first to 5s, but Audric got up 4-0 on me.
And then you like ran it back.
And I ran it back, and actually in the
so sick.
last game, I was up a round. Like, I just needed one more round, and I could have won the set. He did end up coming back, but...
That was all those were good, dude. And
But-
Audric's fucking, at the end there, he's
Yeah.
pretty hard to beat, man. He was fucking
After,
hard.
yeah, so that was 4-5 with Audric. I played Jed, but Jed, he was just coming into Street Fighter 4. It was kind of unfair to him.
Did you beat him?
I did beat him, yeah.
Oh, you beat Jed?
I beat Jed.
You can hold that shit
He was
down.
playing Makoto, though.
He fucking sucks, bro. I hadn't played. No, real talk. So at New Year's Eve, I had some people over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jed, I didn't know how bad he was in the game.
Yeah.
So like I was like, and I haven't played Zangief in like, fuck, man, Street Fighter 4. I barely play it. Play Geef. I've played him like 20 games in the past like 6 years or some shit, dude. I fucking body Jed in Street Fighter 4. I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
That was...
I had a 100% land ratio in Ultra 2. Like anytime I would do it, it would land. I was laughing so hard, and I was like, oh man, like, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. We were still playing. I was like, just go home, Jed. I was like, you don't want anymore. Just go home. He's like,
yeah.
all right, I'll go. I was like,
I beat him. I remember I beat him with the dirtiest fake cross-up setup off Feng Shui Engine, dude.
That's sick, though.
Like, I activated Feng Shui Engine, had him in the corner, hit him for like 30% of his health, then hit him with a fake cross-up and killed him, and he was just like...
but he's a good player.
He is.
He's a good fighting game player.
He is.
I'll give fucking respect.
So,
he's a good player.
I played him...
I think you should hold that with some...
No, I fucking beat him. I took his money.
Yeah, you
I fucking beat him. If we played now, would he beat me? Probably, but I don't
Hey,
give...
no, don't say that.
No, but I don't give a shit because on that call-out wall it says I won. That's what fucking matters.
I'm not saying. I think you could still beat him,
Maybe.
to be honest.
But after that was Bougie Apples. I played him.
Did you beat him?
I did.
Yeah.
And then after that was Karen, and I beat her. Now Karen...
So you only lost one, and it was one last game last...
And it was to
round.
Audric last on that
That's
last call-out
so
wall.
You're such a
crazy.
gangster, dude.
But the Karen one was a really interesting call-out wall because she ended up like she wasn't like a serious player because the call-out wall, I don't know if you remember, the last call-out wall was all community choice. Everybody
it?
picked who the 4
That's
players
cool.
were. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Whereas the previous ones, I always left the last one to be...
And you picked fucking killers, bro. That first one,
Yeah.
it was like Ilya. Well, that one guy wasn't very good. Matt, the second guy you played.
Yeah, but I
That
picked
guy-
him because
that
at
guy
the time he was kicking my ass.
You should have beat that guy, dude.
I should have.
In all, if someone asked me who's a more legit Street Fighter player, fucking, if someone was like, you know, you have to gamble in this one match, you're gonna pick. I'd pick you to beat that fucking guy.
You know what?
All day
That's
long.
cool you picked him, though, because sometimes you have your personal demons, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, yeah.
that's what
It was.
sick,
There was
dude.
him. There was Nia. Cody was on there.
Yeah, Nia. Nia was good too.
Ilya,
Cody, Ilya,
Manny, Richard. Yeah, all those.
It was
The-
fucking Murder's Row, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
You went,
that
into,
was,
you went into death row.
No,
and tried to
yeah.
make your way out.
Dude,
No,
that was some brutal ass shit, dude. I was like, I would have got 10-0 by those fucking guys
Oh,
too, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
The second call-out wall was pretty interesting because I don't know if you remember when
Tobias.
Tobias was okay. So with Tobias, the whole thing, because it was, I think he was the first one on the second call-out wall.
Yeah.
And at the time, Tobias was like mad talking shit on Facebook group like all the time.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of knew Tobias. Tobias is from Louisiana. He's from the same area that I was
Holy
from.
shit, dude.
So,
This is
but
random.
I didn't know him whenever I had seen in Louisiana.
Okay.
But both of us were, for a short time, working at the same Walmart.
What the
And one of the managers, they knew I played fighting games. He was like, hey, you should talk to this dude. He knows fighting games. And that's how I first met Tobias.
That's so badass.
And I was actually like, whenever he was talking shit to people, because Louisiana's fighting game scene is a lot different than
A little
SoCal.
more harsh.
It is. Like,
Okay.
there's people that are like, really, like, they will talk mad shit.
Yeah.
Having never shown up to a scene or played a person, they will talk mad shit.
It's just delusions.
Yes.
Or what?
So that's just what it was. You
Yeah.
just talk shit. It's part of that culture.
Okay.
You talk shit.
I respect
So
that,
I
though.
understood.
Was it okay?
No, go
we're
ahead,
gonna
go.
go off the fucking rails.
No,
here.
go.
Was there like a lot of racism in Louisiana, or is that just like shit you see on TV?
In the fighting game scene, no.
Okay.
Outside, yeah.
In real life,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Drunk Monkey, pretty much I was almost about the only white person that was running the scene in Louisiana.
Really?
So, when people were coming in to the hotel to go to the banquet hall that we were in, yeah, we kind of got some looks sometimes.
For sure.
But nobody said anything. It was kind of a silent racism, like looks and glances and shit like that, but nobody wanted to bring it up and stuff like that. So yeah, there is a little.
It's because I know it's the South. And
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, who knows what it's like?
I've
Yeah,
heard some
it's-
stories. I've heard some stories.
Yeah,
so I
like
can imagine.
it's definitely there, and everyone's definitely aware of it. But around the time, it was just nobody openly talked about it, unless you're just fucking, rebel flag racist.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was silent racism.
All right, get back
like,
to the point. I don't know why. I'm like,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
That sounds-
It's part. It that leads to part of the culture too, because
Definitely.
you had to talk shit.
Yeah.
You had if you didn't, then
You were razzed
you were
for-
letting yourself open for having people talk shit to you.
Yeah.
So
well, this is just like the '90s kid type of hey,
Yeah.
we're all just gonna kill
We
each other.
did come from a different generation but I can only imagine.
I remember we used to talk a lot of shit when we first showed up on the
Yeah, but being in Louisiana and being maybe the only white guy, or that would be fucking tough, dude.
yeah.
yeah.
That would be that you got thick skin, man.
Wait, so is that what you were saying? You were the only white guy?
Not well. On a lot of times, a lot of them were a lot of people.
And you were running the tournaments?
Yeah. I
So
mean, there was other white
I mean-
people there, but it was mostly black people there. Yeah.
Definitely.
But the white guy was running the tournament.
Yeah, but
So
still.
what is that? I mean, it's just like some white. Fucking from it. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
But with Tobias, I actually messaged him on on
Let's
Facebook.
make this funny, but it's not funny. I'm being weird. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
I actually messaged him on Facebook when he was talking all this shit, and I was like, dude, I get where you're coming from. I was like, but man, you gotta dial it down.
You know who
And
else
he-
was like that when they showed up? Was X. And I think he was on your second call out wall too.
He was too.
Because
Yes.
he came from LA.
Yeah.
And he came down, he's like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna talk a lot of shit to
Yeah.
everybody and everyone's gonna hate me and it's
Yeah.
gonna go swell for me.
Yeah.
And instead it was like, we don't like you because you're an asshole. You know what I mean? It's like and then eventually he was like, maybe I should just be cool with
Yeah.
everyone and then we're all cool. But man, he came guns blazing
No, he
with the
did.
shit talk and I was like, X, can you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah, LA scene's a little different than this. We're so much chill down here.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I'd say that.
everyone gives SoCal shit for being the whole, hug community and shit like that. And it definitely, everybody's family here in SoCal.
Definitely.
But I understand him coming down, dude,
He was trying to start some
LA's a
shit.
different beast than
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah, SD
Yeah.
and LA are not SoCal.
Yeah.
Or SoCal is technically LA, but San Diego is not.
Yeah, San Diego,
SoCal.
San Diego.
Yeah.
San
That's
Diego's
all
not
it is.
SoCal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see where they're coming from, but I will say this though: after the Tobias call-outs,
Did you win that?
no,
Oh,
I
you
didn't.
fucked
No, I'm
up.
serious. I didn't. The first two call-out walls, I didn't win any games, any of the matches,
Really?
any of the 10s.
Ever?
No, none of them. The first one I won was against Jed on the last call-out wall. That was the first time I actually won money.
That's sick though, dude.
Yeah. So
Doesn't that kind of shows the effort you put in and you get one finally and it's paying off.
yeah.
You know?
No,
That's
yeah. I
fucking
mean, it's
sick, dude.
progression.
It was
but-
just a cool thing.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I was
You haven't
always.
seen anything
I always
like
thought
that
it was
before.
fucking cool. I was like, damn, dude, Triox doing this call walls. This is badass. I was like, I think it's people got to watch it. I was like, oh, this is tight.
Yeah.
Well, people don't do entertaining shit.
That's
anymore. Everyone's so
entertaining,
fucking
yeah.
lame, dude.
I
People
mean,
are so
it's. I thought it was an entertaining way to talk smack, but still do it respectfully.
lame. Yeah, and
Definitely.
it was it was so much.
Because there's so many people that talk shit and then there's nothing behind it.
Yeah.
They talk shit for the one time they meet up in tournament when the brackets align and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that's definitely something
But
from.
you put yourself out there.
But that's the thing.
you
That's
fucking put your
from
neck
the
on the line.
from the
dude.
Louisiana culture is you talk shit and you immediately back it up.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring that in a way that I thought San Diego would be able to understand, and that's where the call-out wall kind of formed.
Okay.
I never hated anybody on the call-out wall, and it wasn't anything personal against them, but it was a call-out wall. I think I can beat you, or at least show you that I'm not the 0-2 pop monster that I've been for years. So I want to play you. I want everybody to know that I'm going to play you, and I want you to know it's going to happen in a week.
I know
You've got a week
to
get ready for this, because I sure as shit am going to be practicing for this week.
Yeah. That's so cool, dude.
And I felt that it was just
it was cool as fuck.
I felt it was a great way to bring that entertainment, the chance to like it was a chance for people to shine.
It wasn't some lazy I'm gonna try to be entertaining, I'm gonna like stream something. Or like, you know what I mean? Like that shit was that was like it was pretty cool.
I'm gonna play Nia this week. You wanna watch? This is when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
dude, that's
cool.
so sick.
It was fucking cool.
No one else did shit like that. I'll tell you that, dude.
Fucking people.
Other people tried to do call out walls. As far as I know, I am the only one in San Diego to ever complete call out walls, all the way through.
And
people
that third one was the
third one was pretty sick.
It was pretty sick. You fucking bodied everyone almost.
It was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I still go back every couple of months and watch the Audric one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. I'm still analyzing it, even though I don't fucking play Street Fighter 4.
For sure, but
I'm still like, I could have done that. That was sick. That was a good. I'm still adjusting.
And Audric was pretty good too.
Audric was pretty good. He was like at the time he was beating people in tournaments. He was getting top 8s out of a 16.
He did. He was doing better. He was doing better.
Yeah,
he was doing better. I'm just glad the last time I played him, I didn't like. But we were on PC. And
I forget which Evo it was, dude. It was the one where who's the big character? Abigail, is that the one in Street Fighter 5? Was that one character got released? I remember it was that one because we all freaked. I laughed so hard when they released that character. I don't know why. He looked stupid big. And I was just like, no fucking way. But I remember playing Audric there, and like, I remember you were watching and you were just like, damn, Brandon, like, he's pretty good, dude. Like, I don't know if he played many Ables or anything, but I was.
Did you do alright against him?
I did alright against him, dude.
There you go.
But Ryu's a fucking. I like that matchup. I think that's
I always love
matchup
playing Ryu players, man. I love playing Audric. I remember when Lucan. You guys remember Lucan?
I don't know if I remember him.
It was lame Salt Mines era, so it was like LDL, the San Diego Lounge.
Oh yeah.
He was from SoCal. He was friends with like. He hung out with like the Brent is cool and Chris T crew. He kind of looked like who was that Muppet that was on Nickelodeon? No, I'm serious. This is gonna sound fucked
Muppet
up.
on Nickelodeon.
It was like My Cousin Skeeter or something.
Oh yeah.
He looked just like
Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah, he looked like and this sounds kind of fucked up, but like. I mean, we're just being honest, right? He looked like, so he was pretty much the My Cousin Skeeter Muppet, and he was stationed in the Miramar or something. He was like in the military. So then he got moved to San Diego, and he'd go there, and he played. He was the most honest Ryu player, dude. Like none of this random shit. Like he was super
clean and
and it was the funnest. And we would sit there and we would fucking play for like an hour, and then we kind of were like, hey dude, we're cool. Like he's like you're not as bad as people say you are in LA. I was like, you're not as fucking much of a My Cousin Skeeter lookalike. This angle, you're almost look real like, boy, yeah, you're like you're not a real. There's no strings. You're not a marionette or whatever. Like and that's the best matchup to play in Street Fighter is Guile Ryu. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's the most.
Street Fighter match.
It's the most,
It's like the quintessential Street Fighter match. So like, and Ryu can win, Guile can win, and it's just a fucking
down to the better player.
Well, I don't know. And we would have these epic sets, man, like fucking epic. And then Audric and me would play, and I was like, oh, this is sick. And then even Chilang, when we first started playing, I'd play him, and it was like, wow, this is fun. And that's like,
I was mad because he left our crew before I got to beat anything, because I always wanted to beat him. You know,
I feel like you could have.
I think I could have too, and I was like, "Fuck, man! I wish he was still around, dude."
Yeah, the legends that left. Like for me, mine was I missed playing against Yeb. He left right before I came into the scene.
Yeah,
fuck.
So I kind of missed. Yeah, Yeb was awesome.
He was so good.
So
really
like
good.
It's unfortunate when shit like that happens too, because you're like, That it just keep you up at night. Dude.
And then he got like towards the end there, he started getting kind of jacked, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this guy like? Like, what's this guy
training in the game and in real life?
Yeah, no, like he was always like kind of like like the like
thick boy nation. Dude.
No. He was like really skinny and like kind of hunched over, and then by the time he was like leaving, he was like pumped, bro. I was like, holy shit, dude. That was like a different fucking person. He was like, yeah. Fucking forearm was like all big and shit. He was he was like totally turned into like a fucking man. You know? I was like, holy shit, this guy's a badass.
Dude, I like that, dude.
And I just remember the last couple times he was like, I can't remember. He was in the military too, I think. That's why he left. I don't know. I always assume people leave because they're like get stationed somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it's like just because there's Miramar and Pendleton and it's like chances are it's like that's probably what happened.
They just got stationed, dude.
Well, look at the fucking OFC crew. Half the people were like
yeah,
army brats or like military people that were like
that is true.
Will got deployed and came back and just like
a lot of the older heads were military. Joe, the guys working on the sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever make it to any OFC events?
I did, yeah. I made it to a couple of the bank ones.
The bank
that's the best.
I remember.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna take a piss.
I felt so bad one time, so I went to one of the bank events, and it was when KOF 13 had come out, and I mean, if I'm gonna go up there, I'm just gonna enter everything. Yeah. So I remember entering it, and at the time, my team was like Mr. Karate, Flame Iori, and somebody else, and fucking Wasted John didn't have the DLC on the system. God. And I'd already paid. And I went to, and I was like, oh, dude, you don't have, the DLC character? She's like, no, I can get them. I was like, no, dude, don't worry about it. Like, don't fucking spend the money just for that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's cool. And he hooked up to the internet, paid the money, got the DLCs for Mr. Karate and Flame Iori just for me, and then I went 0-2 in the tournament. I didn't talk to him the rest of that fucking event. I avoided him. I was like, dude, I'm the dick who, like, made him spend money and then, like, didn't even do anything with it.
But John was such a cool person. John's he probably did not even care.
No, he didn't. He was like, dude, I don't fucking care. I needed to get the character anyway.
Exactly.
It was his excuse that he had.
So badass,
I do remember though. I was there for the 5v5 OFC versus San Diego Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 exhibition, dude. And that was actually a pretty sick exhibition.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Because I remember Combusted was playing, and he played Nemesis.
What?
He was playing Nemesis, and I remember he level 3'd somebody and did the command grab level 3, and he was just like popping off on that shit. It was so absolutely epic, sick. So yeah, I did make it to a couple of them up there, but not as
those
many.
Those are the better ones, though. I think, dude. Those were way really like the other ones were a little bit more grassroots, but that one was when it really got established, I think.
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool.
It was a sick venue. Like, everybody was just chilling. Like, you had so much room.
Definitely.
Like, it wasn't like everybody
an ATM right there. You could, like, get cash out, money match somebody. Like, it was such a sick venue. I wish I would have gone to more of those. Definitely.
Yeah.
I wish we had it for longer, too. It was just unfortunate when we lost it. But, dude, it was so much fun, man. That's cool you made it out to something like that, though, too.
Yeah.
Fucking 5v5. That's one of the most fun matches to watch. I always thought.
Oh, dude, team matches. I wish
there was more.
I don't watch much of the tournaments nowadays.
Yeah,
like the Street Fighter 5. But are team tournaments and team matches and exhibitions dead now?
I mean,
apparently,
Street Fighter League does the 3v3, and I guess it's kind of a thing, but it's just not as I don't know. It's not as epic as it used to be.
Yeah, there's no scene versus scene stuff anymore.
Exactly.
And those were always the sickest matchups.
Yeah,
like when Snake Eyes OCV NorCal.
Fuck,
dude, that was so disgusting and hype. It was great, and I miss that.
Well, were you there at the Evo when Richard ran it back and beat all of New York City or whatever?
No,
dude. My God.
I actually had. You know what? I've actually never been to an Evo.
Oh really?
What?
So you're not missing much. CTF's better than fucking
Evo.
Yeah.
I tried going a couple of times, but work couldn't let me off,
exactly.
or some shit came up and I had to spend the money I would have spent at Evo. So yeah, I never got to go to any of those.
That's unfortunate.
Well, they're kind of whack now. If you would have gone back, there were some of those ones. It would have been cool if you would have made it out to one of those 2015 Valley type ones, because Those were pretty fun.
Yeah.
They were.
And there were places.
I've heard the I've heard the stories, and I'm like, oh.
There was this one that was. This was the most. This was the last. I mean, I don't know. I'm just ignorant on the fact, but it was like a 5v5 thing that they did at an Evo.
Okay.
And it was Street Fighter 5. It was like kind of fresh, and it was a SoCal versus New York 5v5 Red Bull after party random event. It was like at some bar and we went to it. We didn't get seats because there was only so many seats and they'd already filled up.
Okay.
But some OFC guys made it in, like, remember Salty Santa and like Will, Bert, a couple guys from OFC made it in there, but the rest of us were just hanging out like in the lounge,
in the back,
and it was like playing on the TV, and this was the epic fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. And I don't even like Street Fighter 5.
I didn't like, but you want to see, especially when it's someone you know personally.
Yeah.
Win.
I think it was IDOM, like Shine, fucking, you know, name any Street Fighter 5 like New York
Good player.
They were all on that 5v5 team, and then it was
Smug.
Yeah,
Wasn't Smug
I
on
can't remember, but it was pretty much that, right?
Yeah.
So, and then it was Richard, and it's funny because he's not even from LA, and he was on the SoCal team, but he, you know, what? Like, it didn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. And in a weird way, it was SoCal and SD versus New York, and then New York, I think IDOM OC beat everyone from LA.
Really?
And then it was just Richard. So then it was one SD player versus all of New York City, and he ran it back against all of them and beat them all.
Dude, I'm gonna have to watch that.
If you can find it online, I don't know if it's online.
I'm gonna have to go look. I want to watch that now.
And it was the most epic shit you will ever see. At the end, it was so sad because it was the last person, and I think it was some Nikali player from New York, and Richard goes like right in his face, and it's like he's just run it back against everybody. And like the shit is coming out of everyone's pants. Like, it's like, is this gonna happen? And then to kill him, he's standing point blank in his face, and he's waking up, and then he just like forward dashes through him, and the guy wakes up ultras.
It just made him look stupid. Nice.
Richard just ultras him back and kills him, and I was like, oh my god, dude, the whole place was just like,
my voice was shot, dude. It was
like, we were like, it was
you just
like,
didn't expect it.
It was like we won a war or something.
Dude, yeah, it was so crazy, dude.
It was like the most intense shit. Like, that epic shit, like.
It just doesn't exist
anymore.
anymore.
When was the last time that shit?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
It's all like this fucking fabricated bullshit.
Street Fighter League, yeah.
It's crybabies like crying about fucking losing matches and shit. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
I think the character ban shit too, where they get to pick a character ban, but like the next week they can't ban the same. It just gets to this point. It's like a novelty kind of thing. You're like, dude, I don't even give a fuck. I don't play their best characters.
What happened to like plugging in a stick and two people fighting?
Exactly.
Like that shit.
So many rules and regulations now, and like
it's all just trying to be.
I don't want to see someone play their B character too. That's like the fucking lamest shit, I think.
Well, I don't even know. I actually don't know what you're talking about, but
like
I'm sure it's real.
Gonna play, they'll ban Karen. But he has so many fucking characters. But then next week they can't ban Karen again. They have to ban somebody new. It's stupid. Yeah, you're like, come on.
Like, why? Like, what was wrong before that we needed to actually add that in there? Like, are you adding that because you're trying, like, because Street Fighter 5 sucks that much, or because you're really trying to like artificially hype it up?
A new guy beat Punk or something, and like, well, he beat his fucking bullshit. He didn't beat Karen. Like, I don't know. I felt weird about it.
It's all stupid.
It's
all dumb now.
It is.
Yeah.
You know. That was real. Everyone had skin on that game. Dude. That was like a fucking dude. That was like, and it was just it was epic shit, man. And man, it's kind of crazy because I think because Gutex was involved, he like streamed it with like
the cap on the lens, like he's just like
he made some like deal with some like random. It wasn't on Twitter. It was like on some random pay-per-view thing, and then it's just all lost.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking. Barcades.
It was
I think so.
It was something like that.
Barcades.
It was
I think I remember seeing
disaster. And from what I understand, it is like lost in the fucking just internet somewhere.
I would be so mad if I was Richard.
Oh no, because that's the most. I mean, like, it's like that moment.
You'll hear like James.
Well,
Shen
I know what it
mention his
feels
name
like
sometimes, but it's like if people knew.
I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. I have my most greatest Street Fighter achievement is no one saw it except for like 20 people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh well.
I mean, there's no the
That's
feeling
not why
of,
we do it. It's
yeah.
not why we do it, but you know.
Yeah. Like I remember one of the favorite.
Are any of those the last call out wall? Are any of that recorded? Oh, you said it was.
Yeah.
Said it
So
was.
I want to say, Audric and Jed's are on Cody's channel, so you could still watch those.
If you can find it after this and like send it to me, I'll try and put it in like the description or some shit. So people can watch it.
All right.
Because how many?
This seems pretty.
Cody has so many fucking videos in his.
Just shit from
insane.
years.
But
That's
you
insane.
probably know how to find it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll shoot that.
I'll
to
try
you.
and put it in the
That'd be
description
sick,
if
dude.
I'm not
Yeah,
too
I'll watch
lazy.
some of them,
If I'm
dude.
not too lazy.
Mm-hmm.
We usually like try to write something down, but lately we've just been like, let's
Fuck
get
it.
Raising Kings. You don't do shit, dude. It's fucking sad.
You know, you stop caring, dude. You stop training mode, dude. You just fucking put it up, dude.
So what have you been up to lately? Well, you had a point in your head. Did you forget? Because we have a tip.
Oh no, I was gonna say like speaking of like shit that I was there to like. My favorite thing the FGC moment that I was actually involved in had to be Jay versus Low Tier God. I actually made it up there for that.
I remember seeing you in the video.
I'm in the.
How did you
and
get there?
So I was watching it like unfold, the whole trash talking over on Twitter, like leading up to that week, and I was like, dude. And then when they announced that there was gonna be, I was like, I'm in. I'm there. I don't care. I will take off work. I did fucking take off work that day. I think I rode up with Manny. No. Manny, Robert.
Feist.
Yeah, Feist. I think because I had to ride my bike over to Feist's house.
Yes.
And I got the directions from
He
Manny.
lives down in downtown too, right?
Well, I think this is when I was living off the Home Avenue. Fucking that scuff ass area. And fucking Manny gave me the directions, and then like instead of saying that it was like 2,300, he told me like 3,100. So like I rode my bike like 6 blocks the wrong way, and I almost didn't make it. And I finally got there. And we all load into his car. We go up. I think we picked up JD actually, and then went up there
This
for
is
that
epic
event.
as fuck, dude. This is
And I was like, dude, I've got to fucking. Not that I hated Low Tier Guy, but I was like, yo, nobody is gonna be there to help rep SD with Jay, because Jay's, he's just gonna go up there on his own.
You were hype manning the fuck out of it. I saw you in the background, dude. I saw you. I was like,
so
dude,
like it was, and the whole time I was like, dude, fucking Jay's gonna wipe the floor with him. He's not gonna know how to deal with this Blanca at all. So I was like, I gotta see this. I remember when the game started, I made some comment about, nope, fuck that, you don't know shit. And I heard somebody next to me was like, yep. And I looked over and it was fucking Snake Eyes.
What about
That's so epic.
So for like 15 matches, me and Snake Eyes were like critiquing how much fucking Low Tier God was getting shit kicked out of him by Jay.
He got bodied, dude.
Oh, it was bad.
He got bodied.
And then at the end of the video, Low Tier God said something about, I don't know. And I remember I screaming, shut up, you lost, take your L. And like, if you're watching the video, he's like, what? And he actually like looked over.
No, I saw
So
it.
yeah, that was me yelling at Low Tier God, and Low Tier God trying to say shit back to me. And then fucking Pi was like, no, that. But yeah, I was like, I've got to be there. This is going to be awesome. And I know there's not going to be much SD representation.
Definitely.
And I'll fucking, even if he lost, I was going to go up there and I just wanted to go up and talk shit. I just wanted to be the loudmouth voice for SD and talk shit.
That was
and
epic
be like,
as fuck.
Yeah.
You got to that. I wasn't
That's
there.
better than an Evo.
I wish.
Dude.
I
That's
wish
insane.
I could have been there, but I
Yeah.
wasn't. And that's one of
Like
those
in the
moments.
scale of FGC shit.
Oh yeah,
That's almost like
It
moment 34 and shit. Like that was fucking
it
insane.
it
that
transcended.
pop-off.
Yeah.
The
like,
Jay
dude,
pop-off.
the whole thing. It was like the matches were just, you knew what was gonna happen, but like, god damn, that was so cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm jealous how you were there, dude.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
an
so
epic
glad.
moment.
It is my favorite moment
Oh
I
my
actually got to
God.
see in live in real
There's
life.
a couple sick ones like that. I don't know if you remember. Did you go to that Victrix tournament at that random bar up in San Diego?
No, I didn't get
That
into
was
that
fucking
one.
fun. That one, Richard won.
Is that the one where he won the trip?
I don't remember.
Thailand,
I remember
remember?
he played. He played it was Dank Diaz playing G, and it was fucking. Dude, Dank was playing out of his fucking mind. Good.
Yeah.
He was good. And Richard barely won, and it was just close. Last game, last round, last hit. I mean, it was a nail biter, and it was so high. Fucking everyone was happy. It was a great. There was all these people from SoCal that came down, so it was like it was a different feel, almost like we had like a little major thing going on. Because sometimes
That's cool.
we don't get a lot of shit like that here in San Diego. It's
No.
mostly just the
People
regular
stuff.
weekly type shit.
Yeah.
But like not a lot of like bigger tournaments like that.
Yeah, like especially like PHS was always cool.
Oh, dude, I still every once in a while will watch the video you shot for like PHS 6.
The walkthrough?
Yeah.
Dude, that was such a sick video.
It's a
I
great
love
video.
that video.
It is such a good video.
Well, because honestly, I felt it shows what TTF is.
Yeah, and
it shows what the house is. Like, this is it. This is what we see every week.
It was
you
great...
walk through and have to worm your way through the crowd.
You gotta get to the front door, dude.
Yeah.
It was epic. That was a great video.
Yeah.
If anyone, go to the if you go to like the
Facebook,
San Diego,
I think.
you go to Facebook, you go to the San Diego scene thing, the page, and then you just search Triox, and it'll be there.
Yeah.
Eventually.
One of the
Scroll down
hundreds of fucking meme posts I put on there. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the videos, and it's just it's like PHS, and
like
it's
five,
the
I think,
sun's
yeah.
still out, and you're kind of just you walk through the door. It's like this like. You can have like music playing to it, and it's a powerful fucking video. You can hear the noises, right? But like if there was like some like sad song playing, I feel like it would evoke emotions out of anyone. And it's like, wow, this is a crazy video.
And that's fucking cool.
And it's so
dude.
sad that like it's PHS hasn't happened in a long
Yeah.
time, and like just COVID's fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's
like
terrible.
I think eventually we'll get this whole variant's kind of like, but it's gonna put an end to this shit.
I hope so.
Because
I hope so,
at
too.
this point, it's like you can't outrun this one, people.
Dude,
I
yeah.
can't outrun it. No one's gonna be able to outrun it.
No.
Yeah.
Vaxxed or no vaxxed or whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that shit. So.
I've been getting a lot of questions too, because people like I was like, yeah, I got COVID, and so many people are like, well, can I ask you something like touchy? I'm like, what? And they're like, you vaccinated? I'm like, that's almost like asking me my dick size. Like, I'm like, excuse me? Like, what the fuck does it matter, dude? Like, people are getting it that have the vax, and people are getting it that don't have the vax. Like,
Well, you got Delta.
yeah, I got that.
You didn't get Omicron. You know who did though?
Who?
Cool Will.
Oh,
And he's fine. I think his like 90-year-old grandma got it, and I think she's fine too.
Oh my God.
Omicron is bullshit. Like it's not bullshit, but it's like I don't think it's not. You're not gonna be on a ventilator every day.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you could get both of them probably, and you'd be fucked.
definitely.
I think
Yeah.
Delta was that was pretty scary. It
Yeah,
almost took my mom out.
Yeah.
It
It's just a
almost
weird
took a lot of
time,
people out.
dude.
Delta was brutal. If you were old and you were feeling like she was type 2 diabetic,
okay.
so that's what fucked her up.
yeah,
so
no,
bad.
there's something
Because like she
scary
doesn't
about that.
smoke, so like you go through all the comorbidities. It's like she's not really obese. But she did have.
Well, if you're diabetic and then you're not eating because
She doesn't take care of herself.
Oh, it's so
she doesn't
bad.
take. And she was diabetic, and she didn't give a shit.
That's how my grandma was, dude. Straight out.
It's like I don't give a fuck.
There'd be
To
days where
to
she
be
couldn't
fair-
get out of bed though, and you'd be like, "Dude,
No,
have
she
to
didn't have
eat
any
something."
problems with it. Like she was like one of those
okay.
diabetic people where it's like almost a joke.
Okay, I got you.
It's like you never have to take insulin, you never have to do anything. It's just like technically,
just watch what you're fucking putting in your body.
yeah, like But anyway, she got fucked, and then she got sick, and she didn't go right away to the hospital. She really let herself go down,
Yeah.
and then it was like scary, like lung blood clot shit,
Yeah,
like barely made it out alive, like. So Delta, if you were, but she's 66 years old, like that, like, you were never gonna get fucked up.
No,
Like you were sick for a while, but
I was like
you weren't gonna die from it.
No, not at all. I just like couldn't get out of bed. That was like it's just the body aches. That was the worst part for me. It was just like feeling achy.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking feeling for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fucking good, man, and fucking ate food and, you know, got better and took vitamins. All I did was take vitamins.
You lost your sense of taste and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Dude, that fucking sucks. Still to this day. Because, like, some of it's come back, but there's certain things where, like, you just are like, that's not right. Like, that's not fucking right, dude.
Fucked your taste buds.
Yeah.
That's
But, you know, I survived it, and I'm ready to get back to fucking normal.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Let's start just... Let's go find a fucking hotel that'll let us use it for $25. I'm down, dude. That'd be badass.
That'd be fucking sick, dude.
That'd be sick.
We'll run it back, dude.
Now, see, the problem is, like, that's one of those things that might only be possible, like, in Louisiana or some shit. We're like $25, like, hey, we're cool. You're like,
Yeah.
you're cool. You're cool.
I mean, like, I want to say, like, we rented those rooms out for like 150. I got a super employee discount.
See, that's
Oh,
sick,
dude, in
though,
San
dude.
Diego, they're like
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
hundreds or thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for a day or
Yeah.
whatever. A night.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah. You
It's
can't just
bullshit.
do that
So,
shit
like-
anymore. Yeah.
that's the hard part is finding a good venue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like Cody's house was great because most of us didn't give a shit about
Anything.
like
Any-
whatever.
yeah.
We're like, hey
Yeah.
man, it is what it is. I know there are some people. I remember that. Okay, I'm not gonna say names, but there were these people that I know that weren't from SD, that were from LA, and they came down a couple times, and I heard them once refer to it as a crack house, and I was like, okay. I don't like you as much as I used
No.
to
Yeah.
because I love that crack house.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I
I've
mean?
actually been to a crack house, and it wasn't as welcoming as this place.
Yeah, it's like yeah, okay, you guys are just talking shit. It's like whatever.
This is
you
our
know.
crack house.
Yeah.
Leave it the fuck
Yeah.
alone. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
there's so many good memories here. You're
Oh,
fucking,
dude,
don't
it's
taint it.
It's a sentimental place.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
me
that shit pissed
especially.
me off, dude.
Well, and the
I
thing
maybe I
is,
should
like,
out him. And we can all just like be mean to him. It's some guy from LA, but
growing up, it's like
maybe.
there was people that had houses like that. My house could be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was no big deal. It's just, it's life, dude. It beats down on people sometimes, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and if you don't stay on top of it, it just gets fucking worse.
Especially
you
a
know?
house. If you fucking don't
Fuck
maintain
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it will fall apart.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But
So-
that didn't deter us from fucking going and
no.
having a good
I mean,
time.
look at that fucking PHS video. How many fucking people are in that video? It was
A
like
lot. And it was.
fucking
I think it was
40 or something.
I think it was before it even like a lot of the stragglers showed up.
Yeah.
That video was.
And
it's
it wasn't-
great. It's great. You gotta look it up. It's a fucking great
I know
video.
Facebook. You have to show me. Log into Facebook and show
It's
me.
really a good
It's
video.
sick, and it shows like and the thing that I love the
Got all
best
these
about
people.
it is it you see all the people like I've got a worm around and I'm like pushing people aside, but
cool.
like you see all the setups too. Like you
Fuck
come in
yeah.
and there's the anime fucking kitchen.
I think me and
you were playing fucking was it Alpha or was
yeah,
it
I
2?
think me. Yeah, it's Alpha 2.
Yeah.
Me and J Flo are playing out on
That's
the
so
CRT.
sick.
Yeah.
and we got the fuck. It's you know it's
We
all
got the
set up,
fucking-
and I was like, oh, I was trying to.
We got
fucking, and it,
Tekken outside.
it's just
Yeah.
like it's a great video.
It's a
It's
sick-
an insight into the life that we all fucking.
No,
like.
yeah.
That's so badass.
It was a really
dude.
really good video.
Like if you watch that video and you're like fuck yeah, then that's what TTF is.
Exactly.
You're a you know you belong there. If
You
you're
know
like,
what
fuck
it's
yeah.
about, man.
If you look at that and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? No, we don't need you.
No, exactly.
yeah, exactly.
That's
you
so
don't
badass.
need.
No, we don't need people like
Yeah.
that.
Take your
dude.
little fucking comments. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
You can have fun if you want. If you want to come down here and have fun, you just gotta fucking keep your little bullshit
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
There's
know.
a lot of LA guys who really liked it, and there was some people who were like,
Come down. You might step in some dog shit. Who cares? Let's
Yeah,
go. You know.
yeah, dude.
Fuck man.
That's fucking you. Yeah, who's afraid of a little dog
cares?
shit, dude? You know, I fucking stepping out here all the time, dude. There's just fucking dog shit everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
no, it's funny. You know, I miss it. I miss it.
I'm ready for it to come back.
We
Dude,
need to
fuck
do
yeah.
something.
Cause I ain't done shit.
No.
What are you even
Yeah.
up to? Just know that.
Fuck nothing. I've been playing Overwatch and Minecraft for like the last year. Dude, that's all I've been doing.
I
Not
kind of
a
respect
fucking
the
thing.
Overwatch though. Who do you play?
Everybody, but the game sucks.
Yeah, it was it's an interesting game though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I love.
Is Overwatch that like Blizzard shooter?
It's like
Yes.
it's kind of cool.
It's cool, but like they're so letting it go to shit right now.
Yeah,
that,
I can
like,
imagine.
It's
Blizzard
such
letting
hot
something go to
garbage.
shit? No way.
Well, you know what's funny too? People still play Heroes of the Storm. That's a dead fucking game, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I just watched a tournament this weekend. Grubby's always playing it. I'm like, Grubby's
Grubby's a
playing Heroes of the Storm?
badass,
Yeah, I was
dude.
like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I respect people that play games that aren't technically like real anymore. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
That's
dude.
like my whole bread and butter. Dude. I play fake games, dude. See me at fucking Breaker's Revenge, dude.
Yo, dude, I respect that.
Not
bro.
on fucking online either. Let's play on a cab. We'll see if you can beat me. Come bring that shit, dude. I'll fuck you. I'll fuck everyone up.
Yeah, dude. Fucking gaming I think gaming right now is a weird one though, right?
Yeah, like.
It's nothing really. I'm
Fucking,
excited
yeah,
about.
like even the shit that was hype. Like I remember fucking every time TI would come out for Dota, dude, I was watching that shit. I was in Dota
respect
watching that shit. Dude, I haven't. When the fuck does TI happen now? Yeah. I haven't paid
I don't even know what you're
attention
talking
to
about.
the tournament international, the international
For
for
Dota?
Dota 2.
Tournament International? That's
Yeah.
what TI stands for?
TI, the international, yeah.
The Internet. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's their Dota. It's their big Dota tournament.
huge.
Like it's yeah.
It's like the $1 million one.
Oh
think
yeah,
so,
multi millions. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't fucking watch that shit anymore. And I remember watching that shit when it was so hyped. Now,
It's crazy because technically, gaming is at its all-time peak with like revenue and shit.
Right.
But like, none of the real people give a fuck. I mean, I know we're like self-proclaiming ourselves like real gamers.
Yeah.
But like, I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Like, where's the IRL shit at, dude? Fuck this
know.
online
Yeah, like,
dumpster fire shit. Dude. I don't
there
care.
isn't any single tournament in any game that like I think people give that much a shit as they did 5 years ago.
yeah,
It's so weird
But
right
there's
now.
more money in it than ever.
Well,
But
that's
who the
what's-
fuck cares if nobody loves the game or
Isn't that
watches the
crazy?
game?
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of what you'd expect.
yeah,
Like all the passion's gone, but all the money's there now.
Yeah.
And it's just these fucking NPC meme characters like,
Yeah.
like just playing for money and being like, I'm still happy. Like it's like the clown meme where he's like putting his face on. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I'm still gaming for money. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm having fun. It's like just a clown. You're like, look at this fucking guy. No one's had fun in a long time with this
yeah,
guy.
that is very true, dude.
And it's not because anything that, you know, well, maybe, who knows? Maybe it's because we're getting older. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that. But maybe it's because, maybe it's because shit's just
Maybe
weak.
because games suck now.
That's really. I just feel this way where it's like, there's a couple fun ones, I guess, like Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
That game sucks ass. Dude.
Well, it does, but was
It was fun.
though?
It was fun when it came out.
and being able to play with your friends was cool.
Fuck yeah.
And then battle royales just took over, and they're just making fucking battle royales out of everything.
It's
You're just
money,
like,
dude. It's all money.
Yeah.
The fighting games are fucking dumb. Look at this new like fighting. They're trying to hype this shit up already, like it's gonna be some cool shit. I guarantee you, it's gonna be a.
Which one? Oh, Project L.
Yeah, Project L.
Yeah.
I hadn't even heard. What the fuck is Project?
It's a League of
I
Legends
don't
fighting
know.
game. That the
It's
the Cannon
actually
brothers
getting
are
made
developing.
now,
They're
finally?
like they're
Yeah.
like paying like legendary fighting game players to like
This is gonna be the best game ever.
Yeah, there's a shadow of like a gun to their back of their head. They're just like, I'm excited about this game. It's like they're reading a piece of paper and their like eyes are like they're like, I think this is gonna be the next big thing, and then it cuts. You hear a gunshot. You're like, oh my god! It's like
Yeah. Well, who knows with that
under
shit, dude.
you know, there's I don't know, who knows? It could be cool, but
I don't have very much hope, really.
I mean, is there any fighting game coming out that actually looks cool? Like I heard KOF 15 is gonna be.
Okay.
it might
But
be.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I've
can't
heard.
really think of another one, dude.
I think maybe we just suffered living. We like in a weird fucked up way. We like have to deal with the fact that we lived through like,
We're like-
probably the coolest era.
we're like
probably
we're
in
like
a long time.
We're like Orson Welles, dude. We just got pussy too early, dude.
And then we're gonna eat our fat ass. Yeah, no, that's funny. That's
shit,
a good
dude.
fucking
Yeah, like
a good reference there. Oh, no, yeah, I mean, maybe that's just the case. We're just that Street Fighter 4 just it becoming
it peaked.
something super
Yeah.
badass, and then we like rode that wave out, and it's just like the only every once in a while there'd be like some. It's almost like a artifact of like something cool happening, but really it's like not real. It's all just like it's like we're living in a simulation now. It's
Yeah,
just, like,
dude.
Yeah.
everything sucks ass. Like games are just like allegedly cooler than they ever have been, but they're
Fortnite,
actually,
dude. Yeah, it's the best game ever made, man.
fucking give me a break, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's.
No one
It,
gives
it feels
shit.
like if you want to play a game with your friends, you are so like it's shooters, and that's fucking it.
Pretty much.
Warzone.
Yeah, you're limited.
Yeah,
It's like I don't even. That's the
Halo,
thing.
the new Halo.
I'll play a shooter. We used to play Call of Duty. I don't really like them that much, though.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm like, man, I'm so excited to get home and like play Warzone with the homies or like. It's like, nah.
Yeah, like MMOs, like you don't get on and play MMOs with your friends anymore.
No.
I mean, Final Fantasy 14's kind of popular now, but like
when did
nobody
you ever
fucking
play with your real friends when you played MMOs? That was like always our bit. We'd all like get together and like plan in our friend's house, like we're gonna all start this guild and play together.
Yeah.
And then you'd all be off by yourselves, like, hey, you want to play? They're like, no, dude, I'm 10 levels higher than you are. You're like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
And then you get into some weird guild, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know this guy. They're like, hey, this guy's acting like he knows you. He's like, I don't know that guy. They're like, dude, I've known you my whole life.
Fucking shout outs to Keith, dude.
They're just like, let's go, come on, I'll teleport everyone.
Like, we need to kick one person out, and he like kicks you out, even though he like knows you in real life. He's like, yeah, get this fucking guy out of here.
You're like at his wedding and shit. Like, dude, what the fuck?
And like
man?
graced his baby, like welcome him into this world. I was like,
I mean,
never
like,
got that Lich King kill though. Dude. I never got that Lich King kill.
I mean, even with like fucking like I don't want to say I hate Street Fighter 5, but like I remember when I was like, yep, I'm done with this. Like I was at it was at the Hyperbomb at the Art Center, the first Hyperbomb.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was literally mid-match when I decided I'm quitting Street Fighter 5.
Oh, wow.
I was playing somebody and I was like, dude,
Who'd you play in that game?
I was playing Fang.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was playing Fang in there because Jury wasn't out yet, and Jury sucks in Street Fighter 5 anyway. Like compared to 4, yeah. But like it was mid-match, and I was like, I want to get up and do something else. So
Is there a 4 set up around you?
yeah, but like that was, but
Fuck, what are we doing?
I mean that's actually half the reason why I started doing the movie shit at TTF. Because like I still wanted to go to TTF and hang out, but like there wasn't shit for me to play.
I feel
I
that.
forgot
it's-
about that. Yeah.
The movies?
I remember this
Fucking
now.
love doing the movies, man.
Yeah, that was so sick. He always did cool things.
What do you mean? Like you would like bring movies to watch, or
You
like,
Yeah.
like tell people I'm gonna
No,
bring
yeah,
this
like I
movie.
would make a Facebook post and be like, yo, I'm gonna be bringing 3 movies for us to watch, and I would get there early. I was always there, like one of the first people at
I get
TTF.
there super early, bro.
And I would set up a TV and like bring 3 movies, and like I would make a theme.
They'd pop sometimes.
But I didn't
yeah.
I didn't never say what the movies were, and I was like, if you can guess the movie, I buy you a soda. And so like all we people were guessing the movie, and then we get to TTF, and then everybody would find out what movies it were. Like
That's so cool.
One time was like a Sylvester Stallone theme. That was the best one.
Over the top. Like, what'd you play?
It was over the top.
I knew it, dude. It's like,
Rocky 4.
yo,
Jesus Christ, dude.
Fuck, what was the third one?
Cobra.
No. God, I can't remember. I know Rocky 4, when it got to the part where he did the montage, like climbing up the fucking snow mountain and then having the fucking yoke on his back.
yeah. Dude.
Every tournament at TTF stopped for 10 minutes, and everybody watched that, and then the final scene, or the final fight, the boxing match with Ivan Dragoff.
That's how you know people
It
are from
was
your
sick.
generation, right? Like, to this day, there's certain movies that can be on TV that I'll just be in the middle of something and, like, just stop and have to watch it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's whole movies like that.
That's so fucking
There's whole like,
badass.
Trimmers is on TNT or some shit.
Oh, it's over.
I'll sit there for 2 hours.
I can't even hear anyone. Like, sometimes my wife will be like, Brandon, and I'm just like, what? Like, fuck, I'm just, like, in
Zoned
this
in,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, people talk about, like, fully immersing yourselves in worlds and, like, movies back then, man.
I love movies.
Oh, I would
love
be
watching movies, man.
I would not be on this planet Earth. I'd be in that fucking movie, bro. Just like, oh, like fucking, like there's movies even like we were talking about it at work this week, like Titanic, bro. Seeing that at such a young age like fucked me up a little
People
bit. Like
just
I can
fucking,
work my
dude.
whole life
So awesome.
to be a man, and then I get left on this fucking boat when it crashes, dude. Like this is devastating. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Like women and children first, dog. Like, I was
That's so
like,
real,
God
man.
damn it, man. That's
Billy
fucked
Zane,
up.
dude.
It's a fucked up movie, but like they made movies back then that were just so real. Like What's Eating Gilbert Grape? That one fucked me up, man.
You always talk about that.
They had to burn that fucking house down because they couldn't get that woman out because she was so obese. I'm like, God damn it, dude. That's so fucking real, bro.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember what movie. Oh, I just watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou again.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Fucking,
It's like free on YouTube.
I'll have to check
with,
it out.
with ads.
a
And
good
like,
movie.
I didn't even know it was like based off of like Homer's Odyssey, loosely.
What?
I didn't even fucking know that. But it's like not even like don't think that it's an adaptation. It's
Okay.
It's a very they're like, hey, let's modernize this and made that. It's a fucking great
Good
movie,
music.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Got good music.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does, dude.
Yeah, movies, it's like the same thing with games. I just feel like things have just like lost their feeling anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's
we might just be biased.
we might be, but
We
like
don't know. We have no idea.
we
But
just have two good graphics. We have two
there's
good
these kids.
everything. It's like let's just have good graphics and good fucking this and then the story just goes to shit. Street Fighter 5 didn't even have a fucking story mode, bro, when it first came out. That's all I played when I first played
they're all
it.
like, there's gonna be kids coming out these days where they're just gonna talk about Roblox and Minecraft and
It's kind of
Fortnite.
really,
and
yeah.
Fortnite and how those were the greatest games of their entire. It's like no. You guys missed the fucking.
Yeah.
You missed it. That was like just.
That's true.
That was the dog shit. That
Yeah.
you guys were playing with dog shit, being like, it's Play-Doh. It's like, no, that's
You don't
dog
know
shit.
fucking true gaming until you had to get all the fucking shit in Crash Bandicoot to get like 100% in that
I
game.
think we lived through so many eras of gaming that it's like, because I even had a fucking Nintendo.
I had one. That was my
Those
first
are like
system.
those are the games I played for years, and then Sega Genesis. I never had a Super Nintendo, or
Neither
even
did
just
I.
you know, and then N64, PlayStation, like
Yeah.
you know.
I remember thinking
everyone had a
PlayStation
friend that had Dreamcast.
was gonna be a swing set. Like my friend was like, "Hey, dude, I'm getting a PlayStation. You want to come over?" I'm like, "Sure." I remember thinking it was gonna be like a jungle gym in his backyard. No, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing, dude? He's like, it's a video game system.
Dude, the
I'm like,
PS1 was so great.
God,
It's
it-
so many good games.
so
really
many
did.
good games, man.
did. It
The
did.
nostalgia of just the startup menu.
Tenchu, fucking
Soul Reaper, fucking Metal Gear Solid. Just the demos. Just the demos were got back,
demo
dude.
Metal Gear
I
Solid
got
fucking
fucking.
godlike, dude.
I was looking through my old PS1 games, and I've got Parasite Eve,
Oh, Parasite Eve
my
is so good.
God.
and
dude.
it's got the fucking like the '98 collectors Square Enix. Or no, it's Final Fantasy. I think it was my Final Fantasy VII disc.
That's
It's got the
so
collectors.
badass.
That's got like Metal Gears. It's got like all the collectors shit
That's
in there.
so sick,
Dude, those games were so good back in the day.
And it's like the kids these days do have an argument, or they're like, yeah, but you guys realize that those are that's just what you grew up with, and we're growing up with these games, and these games are good too, and you just can't see, you're missing it. It's like, hey, well, our games came with fucking manuals.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They trust us enough to know that we could read.
Yeah.
Like, you guys,
like
I'm all talking shit now.
they don't know shit because like all they've been fed is fucking sequels. It feels like.
Yeah.
Or
remakes.
remakes of the games that we fucking have.
No, I played Final Fantasy VIII. You're like, no, the real Final Fantasy VIII. They're like,
Yeah.
what? Like, no, it's kind of real. They're remaking movies, they're remaking shows, they're remaking games.
Yeah.
We're just in this remake fucking universe now.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrible, dude. Like, have you seen Jumanji? Like, I'm sure the new one's all right. People have said it's all right, but like,
It's not that
That's
good.
not the real
It's
Jumanji,
okay.
dude.
For how bad it looked, it was kind of surprisingly good.
Good?
But that doesn't mean that it was great or anything. It was just, it looked so bad that when you watched it, you're like, oh, this wasn't as bad of a bomb as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that kind of like makes you think it was probably better than it was, but it's not great.
Definitely.
You know, there's very, I don't know. I think they actually do make some good stuff. Like that Goosebumps movie they made, like the first
you were
one.
saying that one was
That was
pretty
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't a complete and utter shit show. They do okay sometimes, but it's not.
I mean, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. You watch that shit?
I haven't seen.
Oh my god.
If you get
Do
a
I need
chance,
to?
I think it's
Like,
worth it.
Okay.
It's good. If you can imagine yourself being entertained by the lives of teenage kids, then it's not. It sounds kind of stupid because it's like, why would I think this is interesting? But it's not bad at all. I think it's worth it. And if you're a big fan of Stallone and Rocky shit, there's so many callbacks and
Yeah,
like,
dude.
it's insane.
And if you
dude.
watched any of the movies, the way they tie those into the series, it's the best remake of anything I've ever seen.
I think,
Okay.
yeah, it might be.
You know what I
especially
mean?
because, I mean, you got like we're like 40 episodes into this shit already.
Yeah.
It's hard to not disappoint the fan base at this point.
Yeah.
And they haven't. It's been.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It's very
impressive how they've managed to keep one-upping it. And you're like, I know one day it will go to pots, and it makes me sad. But as of now, it's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh, for sure.
And if you're into 80s, like cringy 80s films
yeah,
and shit,
man.
it
dude.
is like it brings it all back, dude.
It's a breath of life, dude.
Dude, it's
a
really
breath of
like I think
life.
it gets us.
Yeah.
It kind of gets
the generation,
our generation of people
Yeah.
where it's like, you know, all this like stupid woke shit's kind of still. We can kind of see through it. We're
Yeah,
like,
we're
when there's
aware,
some people that are just fucking, and they're trying to impress someone or get a date or something. I don't blame them for it. But like, you know, if you, it knows, and it's like, hey, we'll make fun of it as much as we can and not like get in trouble for
in
it.
a tasteful way. Where
Yeah,
like,
it's
no
like-
one gets upset. But like,
We're gonna clown on this shit like nonstop, and it's gonna be great. And it makes fun of everything, and
Yeah.
it's funny.
no one's safe in that. That's what I think is cool about it. No one's
It's got
safe.
beautiful children.
Yeah,
It's got
look
fucking.
at hashtag hot kids, dude. Yeah.
It's
What's this, a fucking cutie shit
no,
going on?
no. It's not like that. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that
We're
bad.
trying to be funny here.
Yeah.
This is a comedy podcast.
I got you.
Yeah, no, but
Oh my god, dude. Well, like, what if you have a hot kid, dude? You know what I mean?
even
It's
the
just like-
moms, Miggy's mom, fucking
Oh, gorgeous
Sam's
woman,
mom,
dude.
fucking Robbie's mom, all the moms, dude. You don't even have to like creep. You can just look at the
Yeah,
elder, the
yeah,
elderly,
dude.
fucking just the fine wines on that show, dude. There's a little for everyone, a little thing for everyone. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, this and it depends on I was listening to Opie and Anthony this week, and it was the episode where they had Chris Hansen on, and it was so funny, bro, because they like have him on, and Anthony's really good at impressions.
Chris
so,
Hansen's the fucking creeper
to
guy.
catch a predator
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
And he's like grilling him, like he's like, so Chris, I heard you said this, and he's just playing the parts where he's reading the transcripts and shit. So it's just like the most horrible shit. Like it was the funniest thing, and Patrice goes like, well, I guess it's fucked up, but in India, some guys like, what's the age of consent there? Like fucking 9 or some shit. They're like, what if they're talking to a 13-year-old girl? That's not fucked up to them. Like I was laughing so hard, I was
That
like,
is
damn,
weird.
that's kind of real though, right? Like.
Wow.
That is fun. And he's like, could you change the age to 9 so we feel better about it? I was like, Jesus Christ. It was pretty funny, dude.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
I
they
was
get
like-
away with that shit now? Or is
You
this an old
can't.
episode?
You can't. It's old.
Yeah, you couldn't do that anymore.
Brandon's listening to replays.
Yeah,
I don't think they've
I don't
done
know why.
it. in a
I
long
Oh,
time.
love this fucking radio show, and like, it's just the
Oh,
oldest
yeah.
shit. Like, I think Superbad came out that weekend too. That they had Chris
okay.
Hansen. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Superbad's a great movie.
Such a good
You can't
fucking
make that movie
dude.
anymore.
No.
You can't make any of these
Okay,
shit anymore.
No.
So for Christmas, my coworkers bought me. Do you guys remember Homies? They were those 25-cent machine
Yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
Oh,
toys.
yeah.
He bought me a pack of them, dude, and the first guy's named El Cholo, and he's just like, it's the most racist toy I've ever seen
Those
in my
were
life.
awesome.
They're so cool. My boss came in, he was laughing, he's like, you have those, dude? I'm like, wasn't it cool how like racist we were, and it was like kind of cool? You couldn't do those anymore.
Oh, no.
You couldn't do a
Couldn't
homie.
make homies anymore.
What would be their version of the homie now? Like I was like,
It'd be like a.
millennials or something? Like you
This is
couldn't
like some
fucking do it.
blue-haired girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, or like, you know, some blue-haired person. that
It would
SJ
be
does.
influencers. That's what it would be.
Oh,
Or
okay.
an influencer like Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian or something.
YouTube star. Like,
Yeah.
Insta thought.
It's like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you
Instagram Isabel or some shit like that.
Have you ever heard the Tim Dillon bit about like, you know, when I was growing up, you actually, to call yourself gay, you actually had to suck
Suck a
someone's
dick.
Yeah,
You didn't just
He's like,
get
now
your
you just
hair
have to
blue.
dye your hair blue. This shit's it's so funny, dude.
It's kind of real though, right? Like, yeah, it's a weird
Yeah.
world we're in now, and like, yeah, a lot of the entertainment, a lot of the toys, they just couldn't do it anymore, dude.
Nah.
It'd be fucked, man.
Yeah.
Bring back the homies, dude. Yeah, bring them back. It's so good.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was always at like the Mexican taco shops. Like, you remember that where the bowling alley used to? I don't know if you lived here when the bowling alley. Well, there was this Mexican restaurant. They moved it around a bunch. I don't even know if it's still around. It was called El Mariachi's.
I don't think so.
It was like the class. It was like the only place in Esco back in the day where you get like a shrimp cocktail, like a Hispanic one, where it was like,
oh yeah,
like the
dude.
cold, weird tomatoes like juice with like the shrimp and the cilantro.
It's almost like
Yeah.
ceviche a little
Yeah,
bit.
but it was with it was a shrimp cocktail, like a Mexican style one, and they always had the homie 25-cent steaks, and I got a whole bunch of them, and I'd always just
little
be
sippies, like
like this
sipping
chick
up
with like her like
beers,
pants pulled down a little bit like a thong, and it was like
Yeah.
little chicle or some
Yeah.
shit. You're like, what the fuck? This is so sick.
Yeah, it's I had a white teacher. This is the best part. It was a white teacher in a special ed class that had us reading books on tape, so I wasn't even reading. And he's like, if you finish a book, you can pick out 5 homies. So we'd just be fucking grazing through these books, dude, just fucking grabbing
Just to get some
homies.
homies.
dude.
This is so epic.
Dude, I'm so glad that fucking, like, there's... Did I ever tell you I used to be, like, on a radio show?
What?
Yeah, I used to be an intern back in Louisiana.
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah, I was on a radio show. I was an intern there, and I am so glad that the bits we did aren't on the fucking internet anymore.
Oh, I bet it was just a wild west.
No, they were fucking hilarious, but you can't get away with like
but everyone was trying to like keep pace with like Howard Stern and shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, can we kill someone on here and like get away with it? Like,
How much semen can you pour into a woman? Yeah, it's like, you're like, what?
Well, the one that I'm glad there was the one where I stuck my fucking dick in a fan.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm glad it was hilarious.
Oh fuck!
So
dude.
like,
it's a lot of dick shit though, right?
Yeah,
it is, dude. Opie Anthony's all shit like that.
I don't even think people have dicks anymore. I don't think guys are born with dicks anymore. It's like you have to like ask for one when you're like you know what I mean? It's like, can I have a penis? Like, okay, you're old enough to have one. Now.
It was dude, it was so fun because we put the microphone like on the back side of it, just like a little table
so
fan,
you can
right?
hear it, right?
Yeah, it was the funniest shit. Like for radio, you would hear. Dude, it was so great. You can't get that shit anymore, man.
No, that's real, dude.
This is epic, dude.
That is real, dude.
Fucking,
I watch a lot of Opie and Anthony. It's always some shit like some dude putting was his dick in a jar of bees, like just fucking weird dick shit. Like you're just like, wow.
I got fucking shock collar, dog shock collar. That was actually the first time I got on the radio show. We fucking skipped work and went down there because there was an intern that fucked up and they were gonna like taser him.
Oh
and we were like, and me and my friend called and we were like, hey, we'll come down there and get tasered too because I was like really fucking like doing some crazy shit back then.
Jackass style.
Yeah. And fucking we come down there like, well, we don't have a taser, but we got a dog collar. We're like, fucking hook it up, let's go. And fucking, they shocked us.
How bad? What was it on? Was it on 100 or
no?
Okay,
he didn't fucking max it and all that. Well, this was fucking 20 years ago.
Holy shit.
But yeah,
dude.
like fucking that was the first time I got on there and they fucking tasered us. And then my friend ended up getting a paid job at that radio station and I was an intern for like the next 6 years.
That's sick as fuck though, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
That's a different world too, man.
Yeah, you can't get away with that shit we did though nowadays.
Well, that's why radio shows like don't even exist anymore.
I remember like
it's only that one fucking host of like American Idol is at the number one radio show now, dude. What's his name?
Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
That's radio's fucking dead when Ryan Seacrest is number one on radio.
I feel like podcasts kind of came out maybe and that killed the radio scene a little bit.
Yeah.
But everything changes, I guess. There's a new form of something, and I like podcasts. I think they're funny.
Yeah.
This one's not very funny, but
this one's the best, dude. This one's the best podcast, dude.
The best one that 65 people watch.
Yeah. Hey, man, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool, dude. And I saw our 3 new subscribers. Congratulations.
I think that was due to my horrific fucking train wreck episode on Josh Squad.
Yeah,
they got some of those like Swedish girls to like subscribe somehow. I don't know how.
That's epic, dude.
Because Kadar, have you ever listened to Kadar's podcast? Do you even know who Kadar is?
Yeah.
You know who he is?
I don't think. Well, like I've seen him fucking in chats and shit.
Yeah,
I don't think I've listened to his podcast.
It's
okay.
How many? I do know that you blow up his podcast like every fucking time you have a guest on here. That's how I know more about how you fucking talk about his podcast than actually listening to his podcast.
Oh my god!
I haven't listened to it yet. No.
Yeah. Well, you're not missing much.
I do want to bring something up though, because I listened to last week. Because Kadar hit me up and was like, "Yo, we gave you a shout out and shit," and I was like,
"He did." I don't know. I'm guilty of just not saying I have a co-host. I'm like, I'm the dude. I wasn't even talking. That shit was bad. I'm embarrassed by that.
They brought a topic up about there's a time where Pickle went to this Mexican food place.
Yeah, let the bad review or whatever.
And let the bad review, and Kadar did the same thing at his. And I just wanted to let them know that that's a real thing. There are Mexican workers there that will not give you salsa. There was Pacific Taco in here in Escondido. This lady would like hustle us.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I get 2? She'd be like, you get 1.
Yeah, they're weird.
I'm like, then charge me and fucking give me 4.
It was a funny bit because everyone can relate to that. I'm like, can I get green? And they're like, they give you 1 green one. You're like, hey, can I get more? And they're like,
no. And I look at you.
You're like, can I get another green one? And they'll like give you one. They find one that's got like half full, and they'll give you that
It's
one.
got a dent in the
It's like,
bottom of the
man,
cup and
what the
shit.
fuck is going on
Pickle
here?
said she gave him 2 reds, and he's like, I don't like reds, I like greens. Can I have some greens? So she took 1 red back and put a green there. And he's like, can I get more green? She's like, no. And he's like, come on, 1 more green. Takes the other red back and gives him a green.
It's also
You had
dude.
inventory on the fucking.
Oh, and Kadar was like, it was funny because he's like, he goes, you give me a bottle on the table. I can just come in and fill one up.
Yeah.
And she was like, then come in.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Dude, I got mad at the 7-Eleven like right across the street from my house. Fucking went in the other day, had fucking drinks and shit.
Bunch
Went
of
up to
shit.
the table, and she was like, "Yeah, anything else?" I was like, "Yeah, can I get a matchbook?" She's like, 25 cents. I'm like, I'm paying for this shit with EBT. I ain't got a quarter on me. Can I just get a match? 25 cents. Fucking went home, grabbed the quarter. Slapped it right in my thing. I was
dude.
so mad because they give me free shit. The other
They give
guy.
you bags sometimes for free when they don't
Right.
charge you. It's
I'm like, dude, who the fuck is doing inventory on matchbooks?
yeah, well, we're one
There's-
short.
are
You got that
yeah,
quarter?
yeah, exactly. Like, who's making a run on fucking matchbooks?
Maybe she was trying to pocket that shit, dude.
Maybe.
Who knows? She needed
I
a
don't
quarter
know.
to go to Aldi's to get
Maybe
a card
she
out.
needed.
She's
Maybe
like,
she needed a quarter to get a fucking homies out of the
little
Yo.
wobbly dudes.
little Woofy. He's like some fucking little Woofy would be like some fucking furry kid these days. Like, dude, how funny would it be to make like a modern day version of homies, where it's just like all these fucking dumb things that are
We gotta
like
draw them out, dude. We gotta make the ideas, dude.
Who do we gotta talk to?
I know, right?
You gotta hit up Hasbro or some shit, man.
like-
Let's talk us out.
this fucking. It's like what's that one fighting game player that dresses up like that fucking retarded blue wolf all the time? What's it?
Sonic Fox.
Yeah, Sonic. Some furry with a fucking. Oh my god.
Oh, fucking Sonic Fox, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, let's make fighting games great again, guys. That's all I want, dude.
We need to end the pandemic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the truth. Once that's all over, dude, everything will get back to normal and we'll be able to like laugh again, dude.
We'll go hang out with JD and fucking. Yeah, Kadar can move back to the States. Well, he lives in Hawaii, but
Is that where you at?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that like he wasn't in
I
this.
think he left like the earlier.
Not that long
year.
ago.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
a couple months ago or something. That's a cool gig though, man. Like being in Hawaii would be fun. I wouldn't want to live there, but
Yeah.
maybe for a couple years would be sick, you know? But like
I wanna
that,
ask him.
having the island hate on you all the time and shit, you'd be like, fuck.
Well, it's kind of
dog,
weird
like-
because he like cut out all these bits, and he cut out this bit about. I asked him, I was like, "Hey, is there like arranged marriages like in
Somalia.
In Somalia, like, can you go back to your like hometown, and, like, just get like some sap, like some Somali American princess, just like given to you because you've like made it
Because you like have a company in like a tie. She's like,
and he's like, no. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, what are you gonna do? No, I'm just-
that's actually pretty funny.
I just
though.
made this up right now. That didn't happen, but I knew it was gonna be funny. So
God, you just killed me right now. Holy shit, dude. That is so fucking funny, dude.
well, because he at the end of his podcast, he's all like, "Yeah, I cut out that part where Rico said the N word with the hard R." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then he just like stopped it. I was like, "Okay, well,
That is so fucking funny.
two
dude.
can play this game."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't turn off this mic, dude. Holy shit, dude. That is so fucking funny, dude.
Well, are you guys hungry or what, dude?
Yeah, let's fucking do
Are
this.
we just
dude.
gonna go get something to eat?
We should, dude.
Anything else you want to say before we fucking? You got another call out, dude?
No, I don't know. I've had some people tell me that I should bring back the call out wall, but
In what game, dude?
in 4, like just,
Really?
like,
Just run it back. I would
just run
respect
it back in fucking 4, man. But
Just
I
start
don't know.
beating people. You can still beat Jed, dude. Put him on there. You'll fucking.
Jed, the one man call out wall,
It'd be
PHS
sick,
7.
That'd be sick.
I would like that, dude. I'd watch
We should
it.
all play Street Fighter 4 again somehow. I don't know
Yeah.
how or why, but like.
Well, you can still play online. I mean, we all have PC, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, we need to like go to find a hotel. Be like, we'll give you $25
The
to use
fucking
your
Hacienda
fucking.
motel down the road, dude.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
what the hookers pay for an hour. I'm serious, it's bad, dude.
No, it is, dude.
It's like that in the
Hey,
Motel
bro.
6 behind the Jack in the Box.
We'll get
behind
2
the
venues
Lowe's,
in, dude.
Oh my god, it's just yeah. Yeah, we'll get to it. Give us the rate that this streetwalkers get. They're like, okay. They're like, yeah, this is bad. All right. Is that it? We're done.
I think
We're
that's
good?
it. Thank you for being on, dude.
No,
yeah, that was
fuck
fun,
no,
dude.
that's fucking awesome. Thanks for having me.
No problem,
sure,
dude.
dude.
You should come back again too. We'll have you on again and just fucking talk some shit.
The man with the best aim, dude.
Yeah.
You always accomplish your
The
goals.
most successful fucking pop monster in
Yeah.
San
No, dude, I'm
Diego.
serious, dude.
You were a man with a plan,
That's
dude.
a
It all
compliment,
worked
dude.
out,
I've
dude.
seen it come to fruition many times. A lot of, you make up your mind and you fucking get to the goal that you
Fuck yeah.
set. And it's that aim it's not easy to have something that you can actually accomplish. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. And like sometimes it doesn't always work out because you have bad aim, but you just seem to always be able to reach the mark. You know what I mean? Which is it's fucking pretty badass. Dude.
It's admirable, dude.
Yeah, so
for sure.
shout outs to Triox, shout outs to fucking SD. We'll see you guys next week or whatnot.
Yeah, peace.
Later.